Gabe. escucha Lucha Libre.
That's all. Listen to everybody. Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it? Don't let no one come into your house, take your meal, do what you need to do today. I'm not nervous. I'm just telling you.
What is up, guys? We are back for another week of the Raw Review, but this week is going to be a little bit of something different from the Raw Review. Today, we will not be talking much of Monday Night Raw, pretty much at all. This week, last night, if you were not awake or if you didn't get to see the show, we watched it in the Self-Made Discord last night. Make sure you go tap in. This week, we will kind of be talking about and recapping the New Beginning in Osaka show from last night, where Hirooki Goto, one of the top wrestlers of New Japan of like the last 15 years, one of the mainstays, a guy that's never really picked up his ball and really taken it elsewhere and left. One of the mainstays, one of the guys that's held the promotion down, finally finished his story last night, so to speak. At the New Beginning in Osaka. So we will be talking about that today, more so instead of Monday Night Raw. Make sure you guys please like, subscribe, and super chat. I am joined today by my co-hosts, Good Job Marcus, Chris O'Brien, and I'm joined by the New Japan expert himself, Sandman Says, for today's episode.
Expert's crazy.
Crazy Glaze.
I don't know about crazy that. Glaze for no reason.
We glazing tonight. We glazing.
Not an expert. Nowhere near.
But anyway, so to speak, make sure you guys, like I said, please like, subscribe, and send your super chats in to ask us about the show last night. Ask us about anything you pretty much want in the goings of professional wrestling. But today, I guess I will start off this episode by asking Marcus, how are you doing today, bro?
Doing real good. First of all, I appreciate you asking me to come on because my ass was not watching no damn Raw. I was not going to talk about no Monday Night Raw because that boy Hirooki Goto finally finished his damn story. All them G and IWGP means now it is reality. It's come true. And on top of that, the show overall was excellent. Tsuji and Gabe Kidd went to war. My dog Bullet Odin and Takeshita had a big man battle for the ages, man. I love the show up and down. New Japan actually might be back. I don't know what happened after the Gabe Kidd and the Tsuji match, but we'll get
there. Chris, today, if you guys didn't know, today is Chris O'Brien's birthday today. So, happy birthday, Chris. How are you doing today, bro? How have you been spending it so far?
I just woke up like an hour ago. I can't lie, but I appreciate the birthday wishes. But I don't really celebrate my birthday on my birthday. But me and my sister are gonna do something for our birthday sometime down the week.
What, finna go TGI Fridays or so?
Nah, bro. Come on, man.
go get you one of the molten hot chocolate cakes and whatnot. What do you think?
No, I don't even like chocolate cake. Chocolate cake like gives me headaches. I hate fucking fudge.
Don't worry.
What shit is that?
This is something I've always said since I was a kid. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this show. And when we talk about it, Raw too. I mean, I saw most of Raw also, so
Yeah, so we're not. It's not like we're not reviewing Raw. Period. Like we're gonna talk about some aspects of Monday Night Raw. We're pretty much gonna be talking about both shows. So like, I didn't mean that we're not reviewing Monday Night Raw. Period. Like, we're gonna talk about some of the things that, like, the actual important stuff that took place on Monday Night Raw. But for the most important thing that took place last night, we will mostly be talking about for some of this episode. Sandman, bro, how are you doing today, bro?
Listen, I'm doing great. Stayed up late last night, and I was wary about staying up late, but It was for a good cause, and at the end of the day, we in the West were rewarded for our perseverance and staying up till 5 a.m. because the right man won. Goto, thank you. Thank you, New Japan. It was an amazing show, top to bottom. We're going to get into all of it. And it was capped off with just an incredible ending, a very emotional ending, the likes of which you haven't seen in wrestling in a long time, just in terms of sheer emotion of the moment. Um, Hirooki Goto won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and we're all better off for it. Wrestling is better off for it, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Yo, no, definitely. We saw two wrestling shows tonight. The one that we will be talking about some of today was clearly the better one, but last night I thought Raw was a good show outside of like the main event. For the most part, they hit on a lot of things they were trying to hit on going into the Elimination Chamber. It seems like at first that they of course did give Io her here nigga damn world title match the night after the Elimination Chamber. But Sandman and some other people I've seen on the timeline had some theories as to where this might go and where this might lead to a WrestleMania. Kind of like the leading one right now is that it might be a triple threat at WrestleMania with Io, Bianca, and Rhea. We might see.
Triple threat, huh?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not like into that pretty much really at all. But we'll see. Guys, like I said, make sure you please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and do send super chats. But first, we're gonna get into this one right now. The No 199. The G in IWGP stands for Goto. That's
Talk
a
to
fucking
him.
fact, bro.
Indeed, it does.
That's a fact. Yo, I did not. Yo, last night, like, I was deathly afraid that New Japan Pro Wrestling was not gonna pull. Yo, when Evil came out, when they gave us Evil like right before that, I said, yo, I was literally panicking because every year, if y'all don't like know, for the people that don't really watch New Japan, every year at the start of like the year, New Japan goes on a stretch where we're like, yo, New Japan really might be promotion of the year this year, bro. Like they might be back, and then Gato's just like, actually, here's an influx of House of Torture and Evil and everything you don't like about this promotion, and that's where I thought it was going. That's where I thought it was going at first last night. But it kind of picked up, and they did the right thing, man. They did the right thing. Hirooki Goto, of course, you guys saw in the marquee for the show, finally did hit the big one, man. Finally won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship after like 15 fucking years of trying to do so. So I'm gonna throw it to Chris. Chris, how did you kind of feel about this moment last night, and how? Let's talk about the match in general. Like, I thought it was one of the better Zack Sabre Jr. IWGP Heavyweight Title defenses. Not because of him, but I thought it was one. I thought it was one of the better ones, man. What did you think?
Oh yeah. I agree. If you were in the Discord last night, you were like, see, I was legit angry at this nigga Zack Sabre Jr. Like that he was putting this nigga Goto in these positions that I was like, oh, there's no way Goto's getting out, so Zack wins. I was like, yo, fuck you, Zack. This is like, yeah, hog time my nigga. Yeah, keep hog time my nigga. Like I was legit pissed. It's been like the most like legit mad I've been at like a wrestler doing his job in a hot little minute. So shout out to Zack. I know I haven't been like the biggest on him being like a main eventer, but he was perfect in this moment. And he wasn't really even playing heel. I guess he was a de facto heel, but him just doing his regular spots like in this moment with how much I want to go to the win was like masterful work. The match was great. Probably Zack's best title defense, maybe. Maybe the Ricochet match if you want to say that, but I think this is better because of the no one thought Ricochet was gonna win.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought this was better. This was probably his best defense. I don't know what Zack does now. Probably, might be in that what's the belt called?
What, the TV
What's the
title?
belt Tsuji has called?
No, the global heavyweight.
The global heavyweight title
might be in that global heavyweight or might go back to the TV title reign. Or you can just take some time off. I know he had a lot of matches this year, so you can take some time off. But it's Goto season, waterfall style for life. I'm glad he got this moment.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
more. Stop calling him New Japan Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler ain't never win the big one. We don't do that. No, we don't do that around here.
Yep.
Bishamon for life, nigga.
Talk to
It's
him,
Goto,
Chriso.
nigga.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Like, I don't know why people, Goto went to war with Omega in the G1 finals. He went to war with Shibata at Wrestle Kingdom. All those guys who were in that never openweight division, none of them really ever got their due. Fucking Hama never got his due. Ishii never got his due. Shibata really never got his due. Never became world champ. Goto, until last night you could say never got his due, but now he got his due, and I'm happy for him. And there should be more stories like this in wrestling where guys go their whole, stay in one place. Good little boys don't leave, go against the grain, even when they're not being treated the greatest, and go out there and get a moment like this. His kids came
Yeah.
to the ring, and it was a really touching moment to cap off a great show, I thought.
Yeah, no, it was, bro. I feel like the way they did it, like you said, I feel like the match, it wasn't like the perfect like wrestling match in terms of, but it was the perfect story that they told with everything. Like with that fucking hold that Zach always does, where like they're reaching for the rope and then he pulls back on like their leg or something when they reaching for their leg, or when they reaching with their arm, he pulls back on that, and then usually guy taps out. And I thought that's what we are gonna get last night. I thought he was gonna pull back on it, and Goto was just gonna be like, I give up, I give up, I give up. But thank God he didn't. Sandman, how did you feel about this match and the story going into it, and everything pretty much that we just touched on?
Yeah, man. And I think just the match, just from a pure emotional standpoint, it was really heightened. I thought they did really good work with like all the promotional stuff going into the match, all the press conferences, like Zack Sabre Jr. kind of really just antagonizing himself, making himself the heel, pretty much just putting down Goto a lot in the build to this, pretty much saying like, listen, man, like you're not that guy. Excuse me. You're not that guy. And obviously Goto proved him wrong today. Goto did countless interviews, just kind of just leveraging the emotional aspect of wrestling of his personal life, really talking about his dad who passed away last year, how much this would mean for his dad, how much this would mean for his kids, who came out to celebrate with him, both his daughter and his son. And Goto really just leveraged that the whole time, and it got the crowd behind him. Like, if you were watching the show, even if you haven't watched the show, first of all, go watch it. But like the crowd in Osaka, like I have it playing in the background on my second screen right now, and like the crowd, like you can barely hear his theme song because of how hard the crowd is going for Goto on his way out, how hard they were going for him throughout the entire match. Like, and we talked about it in the Discord, like I mentioned it. Credit to Zack Sabre Jr. because like with every like maneuver, every hold, like I was legit scared, like, all right, bro, this is it. Goto's done. He's not gonna win it. And Goto just powered out. There was like a spot where he goes and tries to get the rope break for like mad long. He finally gets it, and the crowd is just like in like full relief. And just how much the crowd was into it. The whole show, they were phenomenal, especially in the semi-main event, which we'll talk about, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
it just elevated the whole experience. Like, I'm not saying this is like the greatest like in-ring match of all time, but just the added weight of people in the crowd caring about the wrestling. Like, this is really what it's all about, especially as somebody who's, come back to watch wrestling. I took off like 3-4 years from watching wrestling, largely because of the pandemic, and you don't have that like physical aspect of people being there in the crowd. You got fucking Thunderdome screens and like faces. Like, that's not what wrestling is about to me. So like, you just really gotta don't take this stuff for granted when like you have a moment like this where the crowd is just able to like really just elevate a moment in wrestling. So yeah, this was phenomenal, and just talking on all the right things. I had tears in my eyes, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to
Bro,
Goto,
we watched it. Like I said, we watched in the self-made Discord last night, and I don't think there was a person in the self-made Discord after that match that was not like just in tears after the match, bro. Like that shit, like
it was just moving.
I was.
Bro, I think one of the biggest contributing factors, before I throw it to Marcus, like one of the biggest contributing factors of that, as I pointed out during the match, is how the commentary, like I think Sandman pointed out, the commentary repeatedly throughout the whole match is just like, this man's father is dead.
Yeah, like,
I'm just like,
oh,
I'm just like,
okay.
damn.
They were letting you the
Damn,
fuck
bro.
out the emotional part.
He's like, they just repeatedly over and over and over. Just like, no, guys, you don't understand. His dad died last year.
Bro, not
Yeah.
just that. They kept saying, they're like, yeah, this dude's a fucking loser, so he's probably not gonna win. Like I remember Walker Stu at the end of the match was like, yo, I gotta apologize. I didn't think he was gonna win. Like
Bro, they were showing
so
all his L's in the damn on the Trine when he was coming out.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
like,
those who don't know, who don't keep up, which is probably a lot of y'all, this was his ninth time challenging for this belt. He lost 8 consecutive world title shots.
yeah,
So
and
like,
it was his last challenge in 9 years to the date, February
yeah,
11th, 2016.
Same city and all.
Yeah.
you just like, it's not like one of those things where it's like a notorious loser, like, you don't think he's gonna win because he's lost all this time. Like no one thought Dolph Ziggler was gonna beat Drew McIntyre, but I don't know,
Right.
with Goto, it was just something different. I was like, no, I thought he was winning the whole time. Until Zach started putting him in hot tide city. But like I was like, I really do think it was his time. And like that's a testament to how good Goto is. It's not like he's been like some featured like guy on New Japan like in these
Yeah.
coming years.
And to
He's
speak
a
to
But bro,
that,
tag
he's
guy,
been
but
like in the 2020. I was about to say in the 2020s, he's pretty much been a tag guy for like
yeah.
most of the 2020s. He's won,
in the
like,
interview piece he did, which you could watch on New Japan's YouTube, which was really good, he kind of talked about that, like how after losing to Okada in 2016, like he kind of just fell to the background. He even said that, like, how looking back, that was probably like something that people that kind of hurt his like perception that, like, wow, you're just gonna join chaos, you're just gonna join the group of the guy you just lost to, like, your little bro now. And like since then, really, he didn't have a title. He didn't have a title challenge, and he kind of fell back into just being a tag guy. But he talked about how, like, being with Yoshihashi the past few years, just tagging, like, kind of like grounded him. And then, like, it was really last year that he said that, like, just through the G1, I mean the Cup obviously, but through the G1, just seeing how much people like rallied behind him and wanting him to like say that, like he said he stopped saying that the G in G1 stands for Goto. Like he just stopped. He said he was going to stop saying it until he won the G1, but he saw how much the crowd wanted him to say it that he was just like, all right. And then it was really just the crowd rallying behind him throughout 2024 that he realized, like, people really want to see me at the top, so that's why this Goto revolution, it, started and it has been televised, and I can't
And
wait.
another part to that, he was really close to not even being in the G1 at all. And then he
Yeah,
got in and leveraged it and had a great run, and it led to a whole groundswell of support. People have been behind him for years, but like right now, like this genuinely felt different because we've been burned like so many times with Goto being there. He's always been a great wrestler. He's won a lot of things, won G1s, won the IC title, won never open weight tags, but never really cracked that ceiling. And at 45, you're thinking, all right, so great career, ain't probably never gonna happen for you at the tippy top, but
mhm.
pound the back, you've been a soldier this whole time. But no, we really fucking put this and win that big title.
Yeah. And I love when organic shit like that happens. Like he wasn't really meant to have that run that he did, and shit just kind of works out in your favor. That's what people want in wrestling. That's why people always reject the guys that feel like they're forced. Like we'll touch on later with like Shota Umino, right? Like earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Now, Rob,
Well,
it's
no,
time to have
I like Shota. I like Shota. Don't get me wrong. I'm very intrigued for the story that's going to be told. Don't get me wrong. I like Shota, but the crowd, they reject him, and it's like that's the kind of stuff in wrestling. The crowd, when they feel like somebody's being shoved down their throat, that somebody that doesn't resonate, they reject them. But when you get something organic, like somebody that the crowd just rallies behind, like Goto, he wasn't supposed to be here, really. Like Marcus said, he's 45, bro. Like throughout the whole show, we're seeing just like a youth movement in New Japan, in my opinion. Whether it's Kosei Fujita, whether it's Tsuji Kid, whether it's Yuya who came back, which was dope, whether it's Oiwa, he wasn't really on the show, but whether it's Oiwa, whether it's Uh, fucking uh,
Bolton?
Bolton Ole. Excuse me,
Think
bro.
about function. You good?
Yeah, I'm out. Fucking aneurysm. Fucking like Takeshita. I don't know how much he's gonna be around, but there's just a youth movement in New Japan. So it's just like you don't expect the 45-year-old guy to go win it, the perennial loser, honestly. And he did it. That's why this is such a special moment, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's just like, bro, like I said, like the like Sandman just said, the perennial loser. Like, bro, I'm genuinely, bro, when he hit that fucking, when he was going for the first GTR, and then he fucking grabbed him and put him in that fucking that roll up that he did. I was like, no fucking way.
Nigga, I almost threw my headset.
Yo, I thought, like, bro, every time he went to do a finish and he went to do a second consecutive finish, I was like, yo, he's gonna go for the second one and he's gonna get rolled up or he's gonna get put in a fucking hold and he's gonna tap out.
When he kept working
But
the
no.
arm, I'm thinking, all right, so he gonna try to put him in the GTR. Can't do it with the arm. Zach gonna put him in the damn Hog Tie City and make him tap. I'm
Bro,
like, okay.
that's what I thought, bro. I was like, yo, and then he went for the second GTR and he hit the second GTR. I was like, no way. And then he fucking went out. Let's fucking go, bro. Like,
Zach Cole's scary, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
bro, they are.
Yeah, bro,
like,
it's the same. He put him in the same sheet he put Tsuji in to win the G1. I was like, oh, it's over. You beat Tsuji with this.
Bro, I'm about to
I was
bro,
scared,
like, dead
man.
ass.
Bro, and the way that
That's
match
why-
happened, it just ended out of nowhere. I'm like, Goto, please get some
Bro,
hope.
and then that's the thing, y'all. We're not like when I shit on like Zack Sabre Jr. and like say he sucks, like it's become like a bit, but like matches like these are like the matches that if they're gonna be longer than like 15 minutes or whatever, these are the type of matches that he should be having. Not fucking 40-minute. I'm gonna sit on your fucking head for 8 out of 10 for 8 of the fucking 40 minutes, and I'm gonna sit on your arm for another 10 out of the 40 minutes.
5-minute
No,
V-bar.
bro. 20 minutes, 20 to 20. If you're gonna be past 15, 20 to 25 minutes, and it should be great flashes of just like quick putting in pain, quick putting in holds, and that's that's the thing. I think it's because he's become a babyface with this shit. And it's just like him doing it as like kind of leaning heel is way better because it gives the baby faces a sense of danger. Whereas you got this baby face going in the Tokyo Dome and sitting on niggas for 40 minutes. So that was great. That was great.
And that's a big
let's get to
conversation with
the-
New Japan in general. Big main events you have right now at your disposal are really meant to be wrestling 45-minute epics. A lot of these guys are much better than crisp 20 to 25-minute bomb fests or really emotional showdowns. Just condense it into the best 20 minutes possible. You don't have to go crazy for 40. Not every match that goes long is good. And we saw that in Tokyo
Exactly.
Dome. This match wasn't that long. It was maybe 25 tops. And we saw the emotion that we got out of it.
Exactly. Isaiah Welling, 199. Going to Raw next week, Big Uncle Alan Jones. Yo. Speaking of Uncle Alan Jones, we could talk about his promo from last night. I don't know if Mark has seen it. Chris, did you see AJ's promo from last night? Did you get a chance to catch it or no?
No, I didn't.
So basically, AJ, I know Sandman probably seen it. AJ basically came out last night on Monday Night Raw. Basically was like, yo, I'm happy to be back here on Monday Night Raw. Kind of the usual shit, but he kind of like did the Charlotte promo that she tried to do last week. But like the difference is people actually cared and were like sympathetic for him this week. He basically was like, yeah, I thought my career was over. Like he was like, I thought my fucking career was over. I was considering retirement, but he was like, actually, I'm not retiring, and I'm coming back here to Monday Night Raw, and I'm winning the world, and I'm going for the world fucking title. I'm coming here to really make an impact. He didn't really say make an impact, but I'm paraphrasing what he fucking said. I'm not going through the whole
Adrenaline
promo.
rush.
Yeah, like I'm not going through the whole fucking promo. This is not a review. So then afterwards, Dominic Mysterio and Carlito basically interrupted. Dom, it's still crazy how in 2025 Dom has the heat that he has, bro. I genuinely thought it would stop after like last year, but like him still getting booed out of the building is kind of crazy. Basically, Dom and Carlito attacked him, and then they set up a match for next week. After the fact, Adam Pearce told AJ that it will be Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles next week. Where are they going to be? I forgot.
Charlotte, I believe.
I think it's going to be. Where are they going to be next week?
Pretty sure Charlotte.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be. But yeah, it's going to be AJ and Dominic Mysterio next week. So I know a lot of people aren't really excited for that. I'm excited for that myself personally, because that's a match that I've wanted AJ to have, and but I'm very interested to see what AJ does here in the next few months, because I don't think they haven't said anything about him re-signing or talking about agreeing to a new deal or anything like that. So do we think these last the next few months with AJ Styles, next 6 months or whatever, are the last few months of AJ Styles in WWE, or no?
I sure hope not, but if it is, then I hope they get some great matches out of him, some great opponents. Um, I'm interested to see what will happen next week with Dom. Just to listen, I'm just with Dom, right? I'm over the whole Jey Uso winning the Rumble thing. I got over it like the next day, even though I still don't love it. But for anybody who says just listen to the crowd's reaction to him to make the argument why Jey Uso should be a top babyface in WWE, by that same logic, Dom should be the number one heel in WWE.
Yeah,
Just based off reactions he gets. But we know that Dom can't get top spots, like, and he wouldn't be able to deliver in top main event spots. So that same logic should apply, in my opinion, to Jey Uso. But besides that, Dom AJ should be a fun match. I wonder if this eventually leads to Finn Balor, even though they did a segment backstage with Judgment Day when Finn Balor pretty much said, "Listen, you handle AJ on your own. That got nothing to do with me." But I don't know who they compare AJ with. He did have a standoff against Braun Breaker last night, which really intrigues me. Two Georgia boys. I think that would be, even as a potential Mania match, I'd be in for that. So I hope AJ's not leaving WWE, but who knows, bro? Like, I really don't know.
Hey man, if he is, and they run that Braun match and put him over proper, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Get some good mileage out of him while you're at it.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Just get some.
I hope when he leaves, he doesn't put anyone over. You gotta look strong for the Osprey match, brothers.
I think that, like Chris said, I don't think that he shouldn't lose to anyone, but I think that on his way out, I think you should, if you know he's on his way out as well, I think you should like.
If he is on his way out, they can't be Logan Paul. If it's Logan Paul, that's bullshit.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's so bullshit.
But if it's like Dom, if it's like Braun Breaker, then yeah, you should probably put him over.
No, exactly, and like AJ, it should be. He should put like over a select few people. I don't think he's like. I don't think he should like lose to Cena on his way out.
Be a Mania match, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing that Mania. I'm good on that.
Finn is. I don't know what happened to Finn. Like, when did he get like washed? But it's low-key sad to see. And I was never like a huge like Prince Devitt fan, but
it is sad. Just not even about like in ring or anything, but just the way the crowd reacts or just doesn't react to him. It's like it's really hard to watch sometimes. Like, they just no sell him, like his entrances or anything about him. It's like they just don't care about Finn anymore.
Zero reaction these days?
He gets the least reaction of anyone out of Judgment Day. Like, he gets less reaction than Jey McDonough, bro.
He needs a change.
It's sad.
He probably should have left, to be honest, and went back to New Japan when he could have. Like, obviously, get your money. I don't care, but like,
I don't know if he has to leave WWE, but like, they've been teasing a split from Judgment Day for a long time now. I think they need to like expedite that, or maybe it'll happen closer to Mania. Something needs to happen. Character change with Finn, because right now it's very sad to watch as somebody who likes Finn Balor for a long time.
But that's another thing that's also part of it is like, Finn Balor. Haven't been making a lot of good decisions with Finn Balor, and I'm not saying it's all about his presentation and like, because a lot of it is his current ability in the ring. Like, I'm not discounting that, but like a lot of the decisions that they've also been making with Finn Balor are kind of stupid, and it kind of affects it. Like changing the Judgment Day's theme song to like this theme song that nobody recognizes. They've been coming out for like 3 years straight to Alter Bridge, and then he comes out in the Royal Rumble to some AI fucking shitty trap music, and nobody remembers or recounts. So he gets no reaction at the Royal Rumble. He barely gets any reactions when he comes out to that fucking theme, like Chris Ho said on Monday Night Raw now. And it's just like a lot of, and also it's the fact that he can't seem to win a fucking match. He hasn't been able to win a fucking match since he won the tag team titles. Bless you. He hasn't been able to win a tag team. I just said it. He hasn't been able to really win a tag team match since he had the tag team titles. And it's him. It's like, so you combine the fact that he's losing, combine the fact that he has a fucking theme song that nobody can remember or nobody can fucking recognize, and it's just like, now instead of just being like a 3 1/4 washed wrestler with like a good theme song that you can kind of get a pop off of, he's 3 1/4 wrestler with a shitty theme song that nobody remembers. So now like it just makes him look crazy. So
You gotta take those weak ass pants off, bro.
that's
Why
true.
is he
Like,
wearing
yo,
those
those
shits?
pants is crazy. Yo, the pants at the beginning were fire, but like now it's kind of
Damn, Edge not putting him over really did a number on him, huh?
Hey man, hey man.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like Edge not putting him over at Mania 39. He lost the fucking tag titles at Mania last year. I don't even know if he's doing anything at Mania this year. He couldn't beat. He couldn't win a world title. He had 3 world title matches in a row with Seth Rollins. Couldn't win a fucking match.
That was
Just
nasty.
Wow.
like way to kill a nigga's aura, bro.
I
Jesus.
can't even say left hand power walk at this point. This is crazy.
I mean,
Yeah, bro.
I don't want to say it's a direct, but like the success of Damian Priest and how he got over has done like some crazy damage to him. Because it was like, damn, he won his world title his first try, man. What's up with you? You can't win with 3 tries, you know?
40-year-old rookie outdoing you. That's crazy, fam.
Last time you won, and the last time you actually won, you had to give it up the next night.
He ain't wearing that
Maybe
stupid gimp mask he wearing, is he? He's not doing that, right?
Nah, I don't think so. Maybe he gotta go full time demon. I don't know your reactions.
He don't wear the gimp mask or whatever for like on a regular basis. He wears it for like special like matches. So like when he
You know what? You know what
and
Finn
shit.
needs? You know what Finn needs?
What?
He needs to join the Wyatt Sick.
All right.
You a sick
What?
nigga for that. You know that?
No, I mean, listen.
All right.
The Wyatt Six gets good reactions, and you know Finn can go full demon. You know he likes the makeup. You know he can put on some Porky Pig makeup or whatever the pig name is.
Trying to get me canceled, y'all.
Huskis, right? Huskis.
Yeah.
The demon shit has been like killed to death for years now. So at this point, I don't even think that's.
I mean, Roman refused to fucking job to it, bro. So I mean, you know,
bro, it wasn't even.
That was the
even before that.
It wasn't even.
Edge refused to job to the demon, right?
Yup, Edge fucking beat he wasn't like Demon Edge or whatever. He was regular Edge, and he just beat the demon at Mania.
That's right.
In a Hell in a Cell. I think it was a Hell in a Cell, right? It was a Hell in a Cell. Adam Legend $2, quote unquote World Wrestling Entertainment. Yo, it's kind of crazy how over the weekend I tweeted it out over the weekend, but it's kind of crazy how like in the beginning of 2024, WWE was getting like such good PR and like they were being made to look like the babyface company while everybody was just shitting all over Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. And so you know what WWE did the weekend after the Royal Rumble, where they felt like, well, we can do anything and we'll get away with it, huh? I want you to notice another thing too. WWE love releasing niggas during their shows. Like niggas won't see the internet. Like niggas don't be on the internet 90% of the fucking TV show that they put on. So WWE decides that, we're getting such a good PR, and I mean nobody will really give a fuck, that they do a bunch of releases over the weekend. And I guess we didn't really get a chance to talk about that on the channel, so we can talk about that here. WWE released a few wrestlers over the weekend. I'll pull up the list in a second. AEW also did release some talent, but it's not a long list, so I'll just list off the AEW people right now. The AEW talent that they've released were Miro, Malachi Black. Well, Malachi Black was already leaving, so that's not really released.
His deal was up anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, his deal was up anyway, but it was Miro, Malachi, and Ricky Starks. I'll go with Chris. So since if you were in the stage that we did yesterday. You kind of got his insight on it, but for the YouTube audience, I'm going to start with Chris. Chris, what are your thoughts on the AEW releases that took place yesterday?
I mean, the three niggas did not want to be there. So, I mean, you might as well let them go. They probably should, actually, no, 2 more months. They probably should let Phoenix go too, right? But they're not going to do that because, you know, Penta and Phoenix were moving funny backstage or whatever. All these dudes kind of were moving funny, except for Rick. I don't think Ricky was really moving that funny. Well, actually, he was. I mean, I don't actually know. I'm not a fucking insider. But all these dudes wanted to leave, and they don't have no compete, so they can go wherever they want. Like today, if one of them wanted to show up on NXT, they could. So I mean, they wanted to go, so I'm not gonna say it's immoral, and especially because there's no non-competes, so you know it's even better for them. You know, they'll all probably go back to WWE. Miro is probably the only one who's like, maybe not. But Malachi, not back, well, Ricky's, you know, just go to WWE. Ricky probably go to WWE. I wonder if he goes to NXT in the main roster. Miro, I have no idea what he can do, bro. Like, you know, he probably
The
still
nigga
has
don't
some
want.
ability.
I say it, bro. That nigga don't want to lose, bro.
No,
What are you
y'all.
supposed to do? What are you supposed to do with a nigga that just because they put it out there? So they put it out there a minute ago when he was supposed to do it to Paige. Remember when they were like he didn't want a job to a Paige, and they were like, well, and everybody was like, oh, well, of course I wouldn't want a job to Ethan Page either. And then they were like,
It's like,
no,
no,
nigga,
nigga.
he didn't want to lose to Hangman. And
Yeah.
everybody was like, oh,
It was like,
fuck
he
you,
don't lose
Tom.
to who?
So like, what are you supposed to do with a nigga that doesn't want to lose? The only place, like I said it yesterday, the only place I could really see him going where he can like get that shit off is TNA, because TNA are some little sluts. They'll let niggas do whatever they want over
That's
there.
crazy.
So like,
Not
they'll
wrong.
literally let you come in and do literally whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want to do it.
I
So
could see him
like,
going to TNA.
Hey, man, I'm not sure about what they look like in terms of the talent. Perhaps we can lend them some more. Let's get them trades going.
Yo, I'm surprised Camille wasn't released.
Hey, man,
I have no idea what's
she
going
might as
on.
well be at this point.
She was doing fucking podcasts with fucking Cornette. I didn't watch it, but I just saw the fucking thumbnail someone posted on YouTube. Like, why is she still under contract?
well, I
Well,
mean, I don't know why
like,
she would be.
TK love Cornette, nigga.
I was
yeah,
about to
TK
say, I
love
don't know why
Cornette
she
too.
would
That's
be cut. I was about to
She
say, I
might
don't
be
know why
getting
she
a
would be
push
cut for
now.
that.
Shit.
Fuck. According to Jimmy Jacobs, that's TK's big bro.
Them niggas was on long rides from place to place listening to Cornette. Ouch.
Traveling the roads.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
disgusting,
traveling the
bro.
roads with a nigga listen to Jim Cornette talk about some.
Just saying how much he hates your fucking product.
How much he hates your product, literally calling your wrestlers slurs.
And he goes, you know what? Let's book about 15 minutes of the programming with these exact ideas he wants. Let's see. I'll fuck the streets up.
I mean, didn't he reach out to him when AEW started?
Yeah, he wanted him on the writing team, I think.
Yeah, that's his boy, bro. It is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
But
Smoky Mountain was not that fire.
in regards to Miro, it's one of those things like when you're a guy that just doesn't want to lose, it feels like in basketball when you got like a jock on your team and it's like, bro, if you pass the ball and like cut, you're going to get the ball back. Sometimes you got to lose and you're going to get a win back, like, and it'll be better for everybody. But if you're just trying to just do the whole, like, I'm not going to lose, like you're just, and now you're in a situation where you just got frozen out and now you're gone from the company. And now your reputation to other companies that might want you is this is a guy that doesn't want to lose. When sometimes it's okay to take a loss, bro. Like, it's not the end of the fucking world. But we'll see what Miro does. In terms of Ricky Starks, he's gonna save the NXT men's division. He will be he'll
be linking up with Hank and Tank or some shit.
Hank and Tank is crazy.
But
Ricky Starks, listen, NXT needs more help. Even though SmackDown is looking crazy right now, but Ricky Starks definitely WWE. Like if he doesn't go to WWE, I think everybody here watching and here will be surprised. And same with Malachi as well. I think Malachi or Aleister Black, I guess, he's definitely gonna go back to WWE. I don't
see. People are saying 35 in an NXT, but the thing is, and I'm not even like a Ricky
how old is
Starks
Trick
defender.
Williams?
bro, not even that, bro.
Trick's not old. If he was like in his 20s,
Bro, there was,
Like
bro,
20-something.
they brought Bobby Roode into NXT when he was like 40
yeah,
already.
yeah. Bro, a lot of niggas was in their like mid-30s in NXT.
All of them was. Keith Lee was there about 34 or something like that.
But a lot of these niggas weren't well known as well, I don't want to say Ricky was more well known as Bobby Roode, but like, I don't know. He just seems like someone who'd go to the main roster right away. You know?
He
Yeah, but
definitely
the
could.
thing
Like,
is,
nobody would bat an eye.
Either NXT
Exactly.
or SmackDown, I would not be upset because Lord knows both them shows me.
I'm not
all
watching, so I don't give a fuck. I hope he
I don't
fails.
either.
right, like, right. The thing is, the thing I feel like,
Wait,
is, I
wait,
feel like
before you
NXT
say that,
needs
Rob.
more.
Yo, WWE fans, you niggas who said that Ricky Starks was AEW World Championship material, I need that same energy. You better be saying he should win that WWE title. You better be saying it, bro.
I like Ricky Starks. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's like a world champion material. I haven't seen that out of him, but he could definitely hold like a mid card belt. He could hold the IC US champ, like, and you need those guys on your roster.
That's
But
cool.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and say he's world title material.
But I'm not saying, I'm just saying people were knocking AEW, and obviously AEW could have used him way better. Even though I'm not a huge fan of him, they could have used him better, But like, people are saying that he should have been world champion and he's one of the best wrestlers AEW has. It's just bullshit. It's not something that happens. And if they don't hold that same energy when he's WWE, it just proves that's bullshit. So when his booking, if they could book him fucking perfectly, you never know. If his booking is, lackluster in WWE or on the same level it was in AEW, it has to be called out. Because I know fans of both promotions don't like calling stuff out about, stuff that they complain about with other promotions because of favoritism. And
well, the thing is,
it needs to be called out, bro. And if it isn't, then what was the point of pushing for him in AEW?
bro, that's the thing, and that's another thing on the Ricky Starks topic is before I read off the list of WWE releases, that's another thing on the people think we just think this about Ricky Starks. I don't really have an agenda against Carmelo Hayes or anything like that, but I think the same shit about Carmelo Hayes, bro. Like the world title I see Carmelo Hayes ever winning is like winning the big gold belt like maybe once. Maybe. That's maybe once. I don't see him holding 5 fucking WWE titles. I don't see him holding 3 fucking world heavyweight titles. I see his ceiling being like an 8-time fucking US, 5-time IC champion. Like that's the same thing I see, and that's not a bad. And that's the thing. That's not a bad thing. Some of the best wrestlers, dead ass, like some of the best wrestlers that people talk about in the past, like Mr. Perfect and some of those guys were never really reached the heights of being like a WWE champion, and that's like completely fine. And people when you say that, they take that as an insult. But at the same time, do you see that nigga Ricky Starks ascending past a Braun Breaker when he gets to the main event? Ascending past a Jacob Fatu when he gets to the main event.
Hell no.
Standing across the ring from Roman Reigns. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, come on, bro. Let's be realistic here. Like, we gotta be realistic about some of this shit. Like, and it's not even about height. It's not about weight. It's just like, bro, we have to be realistic. He's not ascending past a Roman Reigns. He's not ascending past a Cody Rhodes. He's not ascending past one of those
I
top
don't think
guys.
he's LA Knight level, bro. I've come around on LA Knight a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. LA Knight, like, I feel like he does Ricky's gimmick better than Ricky. Like, obviously people call him Saltine Rock and all that. And people also say Ricky cosplays the Rock and Ric Flair and all that shit. But, like, I feel like with LA Knight, like, he's bigger, he's taller, he's more jacked. He's already over. I don't know. Does Ricky have the ability? Obviously, he probably does. Everyone has the ability. But, like, what is he going to do for the WWE crowd? That gets him to a level of LA Knight. And LA Knight isn't the most pushed guy. And when he was like probably one of the most over people in the company at one point, and he didn't win anything at that point in his career.
But that's the thing.
What can
that's
Ricky
the point
do
I've
to
made.
get to that point where he can
That's the
win?
point I've made. Like, what does he do? What does he do that LA Knight doesn't already do? What does he do?
Like LA Knight's did talking the talk, and Ricky Starks, I don't think is even close to being a strong talker as LA Knight is. Whereas the built-in connection with that crowd is
Ricky wouldn't have vernacular. That's a perfect point. And I said this yesterday in the stage. LA Knight wouldn't have got cooked by Coke, bro. if Ricky's, let's say the same thing happens, Ricky pisses off LA Knight. Ricky pisses off LA Knight. You think LA Knight, if LA Knight fries that nigga, you think he's surviving that?
No.
You think he's like surviving that?
No.
Sorry
And,
to
and,
keep
and
like interrupting you,
WWE
Rob.
fans, WWE fans, hold on, the WWE fans remember they never let Ricochet live. Drew McIntyre telling him to shut up down. They remember. What were you about to say, Chris?
No, I was saying the people who say that Copeland pushed Ricky Starks out of AEW. First of all, you're stupid. Second of all, after that segment, he still won the World Tag Team titles, and he had like a couple months long reign. He did not push him out. Ricky wanted to leave. That's just what it is. They're not pushing him out.
People just trying to rationalize something they don't really understand. But it's like
they're trying to go up 2-2 and then come out with like fucking 25, bro. Like, you know how that goes.
Like who? What the fuck? Why would Cope have that like pool? You know, I mean, maybe he does, but fucking that's like, come on, bro.
Who y'all think Cope is?
Bro, Cope Cope just got there. Like just walked through the door when that happened.
Literally 2 weeks prior to that. Like, what y'all doing?
But yeah.
Well, no, I need to read these off actually. The Authors of Pain. Okay, so this is the list of the WWE wrestlers that released over the weekend. We started with the Authors of Pain. Then it was Paul Ellering, it started with Cedric Alexander actually, because he was the first one. And then Sonya Deville, Blair Davenport, also known as Bea Priestley, Isla Dawn, Giovanni Vinci, and the Good Brothers were all the releases that took place over the weekend. I've already said my opinion on my Twitch stream. You guys see right there. I think with the Cedric Alexander Hurt Syndicate thing, I've already expressed my opinion on it. If it happens, he has to A, earn it, and B, he has to get in the best shape of his entire life. So for that to happen, I understand and I know that people want Kevin Knight in the group, and they're really like some people on Twitter are really like pushing for it. But I'm of the opinion that stables just don't have to have factions like that. Just don't have to have 4 people. They can have 5. So
I mean, if it could, obviously if both of them could be in, cool. But Kevin Knight has to be in it first, bro. Like, first of all, I don't think they should wait fucking 90 days for Kevin Knight to come into the company when he's a free agent right now and he wants to come. He said on his shit, he was like, "Yeah, my goal is to win ROH gold." So obviously he's leaning towards Tony Khan brands at the moment. I mean, that can obviously always change, but if it has to be someone, which it doesn't, like Rob said, stables don't have to be 4 people, bro. It doesn't have to be like that. But if it does, it has to be Kevin Knight, in my opinion. Cedric, from what I've seen of him in the last couple of years, he doesn't have it, but maybe he just wasn't motivated. He can always hit the gym, do a couple of independents, see if he still has it.
And also, like when we talk about that, it's not us like making fun of him. Obviously, like he's going through some shit, bro. He started off like when he started off on Monday Night Raw. I don't know if you guys remember. He was really like heavily pushed when he got called up from 205 Live. Like he faced AJ like 3 or 4 times in a row for the U.S. title, but he kept losing all the opportunities. And then he got the opportunity in the Hurt Business, and then they killed the Hurt Business before they ever even got an opportunity to get lifted off the ground. And then he got pushed down the card with Shelton Benjamin. Then they broke up. Then he was doing nothing. Then they reformed him and Shelton Benjamin. And they teased him in the Hurt Business again. And then they broke that up again. So it's like he's going through like a lot of shit, bro. But like I said, he has to like get in the best shape of his life, because you can't do this and not because when you look the way that he has looked in the past 2 years, and like I said, it's nothing on him personally. When you look the way it just looks like you don't care. And I know with him it's the complete opposite. We know he cares. So it's just like you have to come out and earn it and show that you care and that you want to be there. Also, I'm of the belief that MVP should be doing what a lot of niggas are doing. MVP could manage people on the main roster, so to speak, in AEW and in Ring of Honor. He could represent several different people if because he has a manager's license. Sandman, what do you like think of like Cedric Alexander and this whole Hurt Syndicate thing before we get into some of the other releases with Marcus?
I really like Cedric. He's extremely talented. Pretty much what you said. Like he really has to get into shape if you want to be in the Hurt business or Syndicate rather. I know he was affiliated with them back in WWE. I don't necessarily think that he has to. If he goes to AEW, I don't think he has to necessarily be with them. And I do think Kevin Knight would be more if you because you don't have to add anybody to this group, but if you are to add somebody, and I only had to pick between him and Kevin Knight. Personally, I think Kevin Knight is more just intriguing. We've seen less of him in like America, whether it's WWE or AEW. But Cedric Alexander, he's incredibly talented, and I think wherever he'll go, he's gonna succeed. I think he's gonna, like you said, get back into shape. And if he does go into Hurt Syndicate, I'll be there. I'll tune in because he's extremely talented, and I've liked his stuff for like a long time at this point. But it's interesting. I wonder what he will do. But yeah.
Another name that, I mean, a lot of these names on the list, I'm not really like the Authors of Pain. I didn't really expect them going
They're
anywhere.
finished.
They're
Yeah,
done
like they
wrestling.
basically were cooked. Like but what was frustrating to me, and I kind of laid it out on my stream the other day. It's just it was really kind of frustrating to me that American Made never really got a chance to flourish and get off the ground and tell a proper story, and they got like pretty much buried by the Wyatt Six. I know they're like doing shit now and they're involved, but like at the time, and of course, when Gable just lost 3 fucking Intercontinental title matches in a row, and it just seemed like he wasn't going anywhere. And then after literally like killing American Made in like 3 different matches, Gable couldn't beat fucking Bo Dallas, and they couldn't beat the fucking Joe Gacy and fucking Dexter Loomis, and then they go into a feud with Cross and The Miz, and they lose. And I was just like, it's amazing to me how Karrion Kross just still continues to have a job, despite being okay, he's a good promo, but he's had like feuds and matches with like some of the top legends in the company, and all of those things that he's been involved in with them have sucked. And somehow he still has a job, yet some of these people that I've listed, and of course like Cedric, who has been decent, not like it's not like he's good anymore, but it's just like he should 100% have a job over Karrion Kross. You know
He's
what I
definitely
mean?
not old either. Like 30, what, 34, 35? That's not old at all.
Yeah,
Wrestling.
like.
The thing about these releases, just to make a point, is like it doesn't have to be like either or. Like this guy has a job and this guy shouldn't have a job, because the reality is like with WWE, it's just corporate nonsense and just trying to have like just show investors like, hey, we saved this much money year over year, a quarter over quarter. Like these guys don't have to, like WWE, they tell you all the time, we're making the most fucking money that we've ever made. We're doing record gates. We're doing deals with Saudi. Like we're doing 2-night fucking Big Four pay-per-views. A fucking SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights as well. Like WWE is making so much money. So people, please don't feel like, oh, why did they release this guy when this guy isn't as good as, it's like none of these people have to be released. Like,
yeah,
and
no,
I'm not saying just keep. I'm not saying just keep everybody signed if you're not using them. But like some of these people have been on TV like just a few weeks ago, and they're getting fucking released, and it's like WWE doesn't need to do this. It's just TKO fucking corporate just Stanford bullshit that this does not need to happen. Like
Isla Dawn's at TV, and all of a sudden, boom, she's gone out of a job.
yeah, like Isla Dawn,
and that's
like,
the thing that like that's one of the frustrating ones. It's just like, to me though, it's just like, yeah, with Sonya Deville, I didn't really care because like Sonya Deville has never really done anything kind of like to progress, like to help, not to help progress the division, because she was part of some of the first things that happened with the division. But it's like she's never really done anything. Like she's had her opportunity for like 10 years and she didn't really do anything that would impress or push the division further. You know what I mean? Whereas Isla Dawn never really got a chance or an opportunity. Yeah, she won the tag team titles in Scotland, but she never really got an opportunity and a chance to show what she can do. And of course, people will go, oh, Isla Dawn. Why are we pushing for Isla Dawn? Because, bro, she's like 20-something years old and she never really got a real fucking opportunity. Whereas Sonya Deville's a different case. She was there for like 10 years. She's like 30-something years old. and she had her opportunity. She didn't really maximize her opportunity, and she just got cut. Where like I said, Isla Dawn didn't really get an opportunity to show anything because she was not stuck in a tag team because the tag team was a good tag team, but she never got an opportunity to show what she can do. Whereas Kaylee Ray got the opportunity. She got 800 days with a fucking belt to show her opportunity. But it's just like, and then Elektra Lopez was another one that they didn't list on this list. Elektra Lopez, I didn't really see anything with her in the ring, but that's another thing. It just seems like WWE are getting rid of the managers aspect, which is completely stupid and asinine to me, because a lot of these motherfuckers on this roster need managers.
Managerial stuff is a dying breed in this business. Like, look at AEW right now. Like, Prince Nana's doing great work with Swerve. He's been doing it for the last 2 years. MVP, we already know what work he's been doing. Stokely, even though he's like bounced around from faction to wrestler here to faction there, like he did good work in the like little bit of time he had with those people. So, like,
yeah, like
managers.
Managers, like people don't even realize how much managers like one of the most somebody that gets some of the biggest reactions in all of wrestling is fucking Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's on the cover of the newest 2K, for God's sakes. Like like that's how like much a manager can elevate something, like whether it's him with former, redacted people, whether it's him with fucking CM Punk, whether it's him with fucking Roman Reigns. Like managers elevate a talent so much, especially ones that can't, because not everybody has the same skill set. Some people, like, we know, like, all right, they're not great talkers, so like give them a mouthpiece. And it's like, even with like Elektra Lopez, I know a lot of people maybe not really care about her, but her segments with Legato, like the few shits that we saw with them on SmackDown, like I enjoyed Legato's little backstage like chemistry that they had. But now we just throw that down the drain. Like, who's next? Fucking, like, if they said next week or something, oh yeah, we just released B-Fab from like with the Street Pop, I'd be like, why? Like, what? Like, it's just like some of these releases, it just feels like it doesn't feel like we're doing this because like we tried and it's not working. It just feels solely like we're trying to save money. And why are you trying to save money?
Right.
And then you're gonna tell me on WrestleMania, we're all gonna watch WrestleMania, and then Michael Cole's gonna say, "This is the biggest gate of all."
Oh my God, that's the worst part, bro.
Don't
That's the
get me
part that used to
started on
piss
this
me off, bro. That's the part that used to piss me off when they used to do releases 3 years ago. They would go on the fucking internet, or they would go on the internet, right? And they would be like, WWE in the first quarter of the year just hit $2 or $3 billion for the first quarter of the year, and then they're like, but we're releasing like 10 guys because of budget cuts, by the way. It's just like, what the fuck,
bro?
And bro, don't sit here and tell me you have all these fucking media shills, like the busted open niggas and all of them niggas going on every fucking podcast, every fucking radio show, sitting here and telling me they're sitting here and telling me how much fucking WWE is hot and it's the hottest it's ever been, and it's the company's so hot right now business wise. But then you're releasing all these people to make room for. If the company's so hot business wise, money wise, why do you have to release all these people? And I'm not saying all these people deserve to like actually be here. I'm not saying that.
But you don't have to.
You're releasing people that you never even gave an opportunity to, or you're releasing people that could be used, and you're citing the reason as you needing the money for something else when you're going on your show telling me how much money you're making.
It's disingenuous, and it's like you're just insulting the audience's fucking intelligence. I mean, a lot of people is it insulting the intelligence of a lot of WWE fans when in fact a lot of them probably aren't the brightest, or a lot of them
a lot of them aren't intelligent,
or a lot of them just don't. The reality is they can do this because a lot of people don't care, which is very sad. A lot of people don't care about these wrestlers, and you see it when these announcements happen, and it's like I'm scrolling down my timeline on Twitter, and I know Twitter is not like the real world, but for wrestling, it definitely does have a lot of influence. But when I scroll down and I'm seeing people saying their first reaction, like somebody just lost their job, and I'm not fucking trying to pearl clutch or do this fucking get on my high horse or anything. But like when somebody just lost a job and people's first reaction is just like, well, that guy sucked. I don't care. It's just like, bro, like
it's still human beings with families.
Yeah, Yeah, bro. Like this, people got fucking kids to feed, bro. Like, just calm down.
He's got mortgages to pay and shit, bro. Like, you don't have to throw people
And
on
it's
the
like,
street
I get
that.
it. I get it because at the end of the day, you're gonna look at it from like, all right, I just read this news online. How does this affect me? Oh, well, I never liked this person as a wrestler, so I don't really care. So, I get it from just an individualistic standpoint, but it's just frustrating to see sometimes with people react to these
like I
releases.
said, like me and Chris and like you and like Marcus said, all this pain just weren't gonna work out. Like that's just something that just wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah, I
right?
like I'm an
Because
NXT
it's
guy. I love
tried.
authors of pain, but it's like, yeah, I get it from that standpoint.
And then another one that's really frustrating though. AJ just came back. There's a bunch of factions on Monday Night Raw that are forming right now. So you let AJ come back and then you let the Good Brothers go? Now I understand Carl might be hurt, but it's just like, and that's another thing. You cut Carl while he's hurt. So
Like,
I don't understand.
Surgery. Like, why?
Like I don't understand. Like, bro, it's just so.
And
it's
maybe
just so,
that
so confusing.
maybe the Good Brothers leaving kind of lends credence to the idea that AJ's not coming back. Maybe that's connected. I don't
All I
know
know
because
is this sounds crazy to me. Like right before AEW started, like it's been one more story. Triple H to try and get them to come back literally said, "Well, I don't know if AEW is going to last very long." I look at you and I look at your kids. Do you want your kids going through that just to fire them twice in that same time span? Like, isn't that how crazy that is?
yeah, it's the wrestling industry. It's just disappointing because I want to watch this stuff and enjoy, and then just like sometimes you just want to sit back, turn your brain off, and just enjoy this shit. But like, there's real people behind. Hello?
I don't know why the fuck they kicked me off it glitched and it kicked me off the thing, but I'm back. Anyway.
The TKO Black Vans.
The Black Vans, bro. The Black Vans unfocused my camera. The Vans unfocused my camera and said not another word. But yeah, I mean that's so. Giovanni Vinci's another one. I mean, we pretty much know what happened with that. I'm not saying anything about that.
Like public burials I've ever seen in like the
21st
century.
That was crazy. They gave him vignettes for weeks. Then he debuted just to get who even squashed him again. I'm trying to.
Who was it? He didn't squash. He got squashed by Apollo like twice in 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's just a public burial, but that's very tough. I don't know.
Apollo, who thankfully escaped another release round, probably. I'm not saying he did, but Apollo probably escaped another release round by fucking going to get surgery on his torn pec. So.
And the tough thing with the releases before we move off of it is just like it's not, especially with the women. I feel particularly bad for the women's wrestlers because when you see like the well of like WWE talent coming out of NXT, like there's a lot of girls in NXT that are going to be on the main roster and be like main parts of the show. I just see that and I'm like, damn, I can't wait to see these girls on the main roster. But then another part of me is like, damn, I know a lot of these women on the main roster, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, they're gonna get cut, bro. Like to make room for these younger women, and that's why I kind of hope like with the whole like NIL thing, with the whole like there's so many avenues now with NIL, with WWID, with this fucking LFG shit. Like there's just a lot of avenues. WWE is like making new wrestlers, which is a good thing, a very good thing to have, just to keep the turnover, like just to keep the product and the wrestlers young. But I kind of hope they turn down the faucet a little bit and like not make too many wrestlers. Like I feel like now we're getting to a point with NXT, at least with the women, not with the men, but like we're just getting a lot of wrestlers coming.
But the thing is, they're like releasing women in their older 30s, like early 40s. I understand the women that have like not really done anything. Like, I don't know. I think Sonya Deville's in her late 30s, early 40s, maybe. Like, that I understand. But, like, Isla Dawn, who's in her early 30s and, like, literally just got there.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. It just makes absolutely zero sense to me. Like, but I think that's all the releases, I think. Right? Go ahead, Marcus. Real quick.
I was like, she got caught up in the weird numbers game where they basically just looked at the damn conference and like, well, it's either her or Kaylee Ray. I think Kaylee Ray's a better wrestler, so well, goodbye, Isla. Like you don't have to do things like this.
Yeah, it does not.
Candace can't get
this way.
fired. Candace can't get fired because Johnny's there. So that I don't think she can't. I don't think she won't. She just won't. I don't think she will.
Yeah.
Because Johnny's there. So that. But yeah, those are the releases of. Get back into some of these super chats. I think Chris's Wi-Fi dropped. Josh Toffee 199. Shout out Goto. Cena, you next. Absolutely. 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 Cody Rhodes.
17.
Cody Rhodes.
It'll be interesting, man. I don't know.
A Canadian Zebra, $5. $5 Canadian. Shin Nihon. What does the G in IWGP stand for? It stands for Goto, nigga.
Goto!
EO, $2. If only EO had a catchphrase, sadly, we'd mania
tagging.
Oh shit.
Hey,
we mania tagging.
All
Okay.
I know is in about 2 months, EO. You better come back to TV talking about some cooking with EO. Cooking with EO. Cooking with EO.
Yo, this is the thing. This is the thing, and I kind of touched on it yesterday. I don't know if people agree or disagree. I didn't think it was that. I don't think that she doesn't deserve a mania spot. That's not what I'm saying. But I just think I think this whole. I don't think every year when a wrestler is doing something that we just don't like, and it's not like horrible decision making. I don't think we need a fucking manufactured as we want Cody or which that shit was manufactured. I don't think we need a fucking manufactured as Brian. You will never be able to recreate Bryan Danielson ever again. That's what I'm trying to say. There were 15 legends, 15 Hall of Famers standing in the ring at the same time, including Randy Orton and John Cena. And who were they cheering for? They were cheering for Bryan fucking Danielson. You will never be able to recreate that. So stop trying to recreate it every year, bro. It is okay if she just went to WrestleMania, defended the title last year. Am I saying she doesn't deserve one this year because of that? Absolutely not. But she's had a consistent push. She's challenged for the tag titles 8 times last year. She challenged for the world title twice last year after she lost the WWE title. And then she's challenging for the world title in a couple weeks, which is probably going to lead to a triple threat match at Mania anyway. So, what we don't need this, bro. We don't need this. I don't know if you if you disagree, Sandman, or if you disagree, Marcus. But I don't think we need this Kofi Mania shit every year. Like this these not like and not saying Kofi Mania was real, but I don't know.
It's like I'm not. I think she's better talent wise. She's far above the whole your turn, my turn, your turn type of deal that sometimes happens in wrestling. But I'm not gonna crash out over this stuff. One, I don't watch parts. I have no real emotional investment with it whatsoever, and it's gonna end up in her getting into the triple threat regardless, even though it's not optimal. It kind of just is what it is. There are much more messy parts of this Mania build than Io Sky. Trust me.
Brian, listen, I'll say it like this before I let Sandman go. Bryan Danielson went to WrestleMania and defended his belt and lost in 18 seconds. Io lost hers in 15 minutes. It's two totally different things. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love Io. She's probably my favorite or one of my favorite main roster women in WWE. Io's great. I do really hope she gets a world title shot at Mania. I mean, they're doing this whole thing where she's gonna do it the Raw after Elimination Chamber, which is obviously we all know that's not gonna be a clean match. If Rhea's not gonna beat her clean on the Raw after Elimination Chamber, that's not happening. So it's gonna lead to something at Mania, and then it'll be a triple threat with the winner of the Elimination Chamber, and it's I wouldn't hate that idea as much if we weren't already getting a compromised triple threat with Roman, Punk, and Seth, which seems to be the direction. I mean, we could be wrong and they don't do that, but that seems to be the direction with that feud. So it's if you're gonna do 2 very clear compromises in a triple threat at Mania, it's just it just is excessive at that point. Like 2 of the same gimmick match. Like I would just prefer if it's just choose one. Like if they said tomorrow, like, oh, it'll be Roman Punk and then Seth is gonna get a singles match, I'd be more cool with the EO being in a triple threat. But I just don't like the idea of having 2. At this point, as an EO fan, I'll take what I can get if it means her at Mania. That being said, I don't think EO. I do agree they don't. There's this whole like we want EO hashtag people are trying to do. I don't think it's to that point. Like EO's, there's many more women on the roster that deserve a hashtag to get some respect, get some good booking before EO. Not to say they're as talented as EO, not to say they're better than EO, but EO has, in my opinion, been treated well. She gets like consistent TV time all the time. She gets consistent.
But she's a fucking title match all the time.
Yeah, she gets her time. Like, and just selfishly as an EO fan, I want her to be at Mania getting a title match and not like a tag match. But that's not to say that this doesn't need like some hashtag. Like I think that's a bit excessive. I get it. It's good that fans are passionate and care about it, and I hope that upper management, Triple H sees that. But it doesn't warrant. Not everything warrants a hashtag. Not everything warrants like the Cody, the Kofi, the Dana Bryan. Not everything is to that point. Because like just last year with Cody, that shit was egregious. Like he won the Rumble, then came out and said, "Yeah, Rock, you got it, bro." Like that was egregious. That was nasty. That was very nasty. So like that,
and that was like that.
As
manufactured as it seemed, and I guess the documentary told us that it kind of wasn't. It kind of told us that it was kind of a real thing that happened in real time, but like that was kind of justified and valid. Whereas like EO is like, no, bro, like it's not that it's not valid and justified.
Yeah,
but it's like y'all are acting like she's being pushed down the card and like held down by a management. No, she's not, bro.
If there's
Triple
anybody
H
that
loves
needs a
her
damn
and pushes her.
hashtag in that damn division, it's fucking Bianca. She's been stuck with the fucking albatross for over a year.
Oh my god, bro. Bianca's been stuck carrying a nigga that they won't let wrestle in a fucking singles match because she can't wrestle longer than 2 minutes.
Like, bro, they lower out of the match because she can't remember her spots. Like, why is Bianca stuck with this?
Or because she can't do a punk kick higher than fucking 3 inches off the ground. That's who we should be fucking starting a we want hashtag for. I don't care how many that she's main evented WrestleMania before.
I'll be shocked.
Multiple title matches in Mania, you know.
I'll be shocked if Bianca doesn't win the Elimination Chamber. I'd be like really shocked. So I think that'll be the triple threat: Rhea, Bianca, EO, and then they'll probably do the whole like, oh, Naomi was the attacker of Jade. Jade's gonna come back. It'll be Naomi versus Jade in a singles. I think that's gonna be the direction, because to me, like that whole like Bianca Jade Naomi tag, like they're gonna blow that up, and it's very clear to me that like Liv, after having a long singles run, like Liv and Raquel are being like pretty much promoted as the next big women's tag champions for 2025.
I wanted, and the thing is about me, I never even thought about Rhea versus EO last year at WrestleMania. I'm gonna be honest. I posted it the night afterwards, and it's not nothing to EO, but I literally predicted this year. I said I want it to be Rhea versus Bianca this year. I said it a year ago, almost a year ago, like April, the night after WrestleMania night 2, on when that Raw where Rhea got hurt. I said, yo, it's gonna be Rhea versus Bianca next year. It should be Rhea versus Bianca next year. So like I never really had this attachment to this EO thing, but I can understand why people do. Mike Zimmerman, $4.99. Hirooki Goto freed the lion from thank God.
Please talk.
Freed the lion from
talk.
British imperialist graps. God is
great.
good. Thank you, President Tanahashi. Listen, guys, we are free. Yo, no more Gaijins should win this IWGP World Heavyweight title unless it is 4 people. Unless it is Kenny Omega, unless it's Will Ospreay, unless it's Gabe Kidd, or unless it's Dave Finlay if he comes back. Those are the only 4 Gaijins in the world that should touch that IWGP title in the next year or 2.
Keep your British fucking takers off my championship. Keep that shit Japanese.
No more British champions. Well, unless it's Ospreay.
Well, he's one of the good ones.
That nigga damn near American now. Fuck it.
And I hope David Finlay stays in New Japan, because like coming back to New Japan, starting with Wrestle Kingdom and just watching over the past month, like there's just a real, like to me at least, just a real palpable like energy, like I said earlier, like a youth movement. And David Finlay, I really hope he stays and is a part of that, because there's some really good shit going on with New Japan. I really think that I don't really care. I don't give a fuck about any like awards or any like WWE or AEW promotion of the year. I don't give a fuck about any of that. But I really think New Japan is going to be that. Like only booking would like kind of like destroy that, like having New Japan be promotion of the year this year. But so I hope David Finlay stays. Also a gaijin who kind of not a gaijin, because he's been in Japan for a while at this point to my knowledge. Like he's trained there since early 2010s. But Bolton Oleg, that's another gaijin that I wouldn't mind one day holding that.
Yeah,
IWGP.
him. Yeah, like one day, definitely one day. It's just, and it's
Taking it back to
but that's what I'm
Kazakhstan.
saying. Also,
Shout
his
out
name, I
Kazakhstan.
think, Tom Pestock's new name is also Bishop Dyer. I don't know why I keep calling him Tom Pestock.
Wait, what's his name? Bishop
Yeah,
Dyer.
Bishop Dyer.
What?
Apparently, because apparently, from his wording, I don't remember exactly how he worded it. Quite frankly, I really don't care. He was like, a bishop is higher than a baron, and some other shit about the last name. So,
All right, bro. All right, bro.
Yo, wrestler lore is so amusing sometimes, bro.
Especially when you a nigga that was like a lifelong like WWE guy, and then you all of a sudden you're like not there anymore. You try to come up with like the most insane shit possible to be like,
Bishop,
actually, I'm real smart. I know the business. They gonna fuck with this. No.
Bishop Dyer, next Death Rider.
Jesus Christ. Don't put the
That's
Robo Lennon, member of the Discord, $2. Naito with red limb damage needs those stemmies. Yo, that
Stemmies ain't
shit
saving
was
him.
crazy.
Stevens is not saving that man at this point, dog. He got
Yeah.
the Rock Lee muscle tears, the broken bones, all that shit in his damn knee. Bro. It's not working no more.
You know what? Stem cells. Hold on.
Listen. I'm
Stem
be honest.
cells might help that nigga, but what how's that stopping this nigga's vision from looking like this?
Yes, he's seeing triple in that bitch. He's seeing black.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
How is it stopping that nigga from seeing us upside down, bro? It's not.
he got the
There's
rest of
some-
those cream goggles.
listen. There's some wrestlers I'm sure we all have where it's just like we know they're washed, but we love them. It is what it is. Like just getting to hear fucking Naito's fucking godly theme song, bro. I really don't. I don't care that much.
Yeah, like
about
I
him.
don't give a fuck, bro. He deserved, bro. Some niggas deserve the power walk, bro. It is what it is.
Like
Some
even
niggas
watching
deserve
the New Beginning tour, like the build with him, like because the Young Bucks weren't there, obviously. Like the build with him and Hiromu, like they're just like talking about like they're just so like aloof in the fucking press conference, talking about like, yeah, you know, we got this new maneuver, the tendedero, which just fucking means fucking clothesline, and in Spanish, just like, yeah, we're gonna beat them with that, and they just kept spamming the clothesline in the match. Like they it wasn't really serious at all. I don't think they're gonna hold these tag belts super long. They're probably gonna move off of them to fuck, I don't know who, but yeah, just seeing Naito around, hearing his theme, I don't really care if he's washed. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, and he's still a giant draw in Japan, so it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
But goddamn, the match was going so well too.
Yeah, I forgot Rich Holland is winning the North American title tonight. Oh my god.
Whoa! Don't say that.
He's wrestling a steel cage match against Rich Holland. I mean, against Tony.
He
D,
wrestling
bro.
a what match against who?
He's wrestling
Yes.
a steel cage match against Tony D. You know those always end in some fuck shit.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
He's gonna win, and then he's gonna celebrate, and on the ramp comes out Ricky Starks, aka Trill London. Did y'all see those names that they fucking trademarked?
Nuts, my nigga. Like Trill London. That's a 2015 sound.
Trill London. Hey man.
Yo, WWE, I thought when niggas came to WWE, they got to keep their names. What was that about?
It's probably for all the. It's probably for like the fucking NIL people.
It is
Probably. Chi-Town Spurs, $20. Oh man, I wish if Chris was here. I would have seen. I wish I would have seen this shit when Chris was here. A very happy birthday to Big Brad. All glory to Goto. Wrestling just isn't the same when New Japan isn't hitting. It's the reason I fell in love with this great sport, and Goto was my favorite from the jump at last. Yes, definitely, bro. That Goto definitely has deserved it. I was always thinking about the fact that like he won he didn't he win a G1 if I'm not mistaken. He
He
did,
did.
right?
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
won
so
it.
he did, but then he got the fucking thing taken away from him, right? Or did he make? Yeah, he had the situation like Ibushi had where Jay White beat him for the contract, right?
Yeah, but also at
Not
that
like
time,
he
they
got beat.
didn't do the whole like main event Tokyo Dome thing until Okada did in 2012. But still, yeah, championship match guaranteed almost.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I forgot about that. I forgot they didn't do the Tokyo Dome thing back then when he won it. Iron Cross. I mean, not Iron Cross. Oh, Iron Cross is crazy. Vernacular 4.99. Speaking of Iron Cross, though, Iron Cross will pay for his crimes. Making the greatest luchador of all time drop 2 pins to a pile of human shit for heat is disgusting. Hashtag I'm out. Yeah, Logan Paul.
So,
I guess we'll talk about that. The main event of Monday Night Raw last night was Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio, and I don't know how. I don't know you, Marcus. I know you didn't see this. Sandman. I don't know. I know you saw this. I don't know how you felt about this. But I thought this like sucked. Like, not in the sense that like it was a horrible wrestling match. Like it was the worst wrestling match of all time. But Rey Mysterio was just going out there with like bad knees, some bad limbs, and he was doing most of the work in this match with a 30-year-old athletic guy, with a 30-year-old quote unquote athletic guy that should have been out there really doing all the work. And I just thought it was just like it was hard. It was terrible, bro. Like.
Yeah,
Logan was botching spot after spot after spot. Like,
Logan, I just don't like, and even aside, because I know people like rightfully don't like him because of all the shit that he does outside of wrestling, but it's just like with Logan, I fail to care about him anymore. And I've spoken about this in the past. It's just like the novelty of him as a celebrity wrestler. That's just like, oh wow, this guy's actually pretty decent for somebody who's never wrestled before. It's worn off because he hasn't gotten that much better since he's debuted. And it's just like it feels like when you're watching Logan Paul, like a lot of people say this, but it just feels like he's just doing shit for clips. Like, oh wow,
yeah,
Logan Paul did this move, he did this move, and it's just like he's just doing moves with not a lot of fucking substance in between it. Even the way he works, he doesn't even really work, in my opinion, like a heel. Even though he gets a lot of
mm-hmm.
heat, it's just it just feels like a lot of just fucking superfluous wrestling on my TV when Logan Paul's in it. That's why you got to pair him up against guys like Rey Mysterio, who's like super experienced. But then it's just like, bro, Rey Mysterio doesn't really deserve to be having this like. And I'm not saying I want to see Rey Mysterio at his age in an Elimination Chamber match, but I'd rather him than Logan Paul. Like, and then we're just gonna do a bunch of like just like Logan Paul like spots with CM Punk, and CM Punk is doing the whole like, who is this guy? I don't care. And it's just like I don't care about Logan Paul
But that's
anymore.
the thing, though, bro. Like,
Even if I ever did, I just don't really care about him anymore. And it's just like,
Rey
what?
Mysterio
right?
did not have
But
surgery
like,
5 times on his left knee for this. Like, that's
Yeah.
the exact that and like, but like speaking on what you just said, it's also touching on what you just said. Rey Mysterio doesn't have a lot of these left. Now I know luchadors, the expectancy on luchadors in professional wrestling, they wrestle till they're like 70 years old. But like realistically speaking, I don't think Rey is gonna wrestle past like 60 years old or 55 years old. I think he might be already 50 something right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like, what if he doesn't have a lot of these matches left? Okay, you're gonna give it to Logan Paul. Cool. I guess it's like for the popularity, the publicity, or
he was
whatever the
50.
case may be. But you can't give shit to niggas for the popularity and the publicity and whatever the fuck if they're not good at what they do. And I'm not saying Logan Paul is not is one of the worst professional wrestlers of all time, but it's just like, bro, as a professional, he's a great like Ibu put it perfectly last night. He is a good gift wrestler. A gift wrestler is a guy, like Sandman says, that does stuff for clips and gifts to be posted on the internet. He doesn't do they don't do actual wrestling maneuvers. They don't do actual stuff they don't do actual stuff to progress wrestling. They just do random shit. They just do a bunch of random shit.
It's like,
So
oh
it's
my
just
god,
like,
he did a blockbuster suplex. That's cool. Fine.
Yeah.
Good
To
now.
what end? And it's like I just Logan Paul. And the thing is, I don't really know the solution because he's not going away. Like they have this whole fucking Prime deal. Like they make probably a shit ton of money with fucking prime and shit with Logan Paul. He's a business partner, even outside of wrestling. But I just don't really want to see him a lot. I'm hoping after Mania season, he goes away for a bit, but he was just away for a while. So I don't really know what the solution is. And somebody really needs to get him to work like on his promos. Like when he's cutting promos, it's just not good.
Oh my god!
His delivery. Listen. It's not even like what he's saying. I mean, some of the shit he says is like really fucking corny and cheesy. But even aside from that, like his delivery of it, it's like, do you even like practice this shit, bro? Like
you are a nigga that grew. I seen your vines, bro. I seen your vines when you was a kid. I seen your vines. You on Disney Channel when you was a older teenager. I know where you grew up, bro. You and your brother like to sit here and act like y'all grew up in the hood in Cleveland, Ohio. No, you fucking didn't. You niggas grew up in the suburbs and were on Disney Channel, my nigga. You don't speak like that, bro. And then there's. I'm not saying there's all white people that do awful accents like that all over the world, but the difference between white people that have accents like that and you is that some of these people that have accents like that, they actually come from those areas. They actually lived in those areas. They actually like Jelly Roll's accent. I can believe Jelly Roll's accent because he's just a hillbilly country nigga. Your black scent, this shitty black scent that you try to do is literally horrible. You know what somebody quoted me with, replied to me with yesterday? It's literally accurate to. It's accurate to when Triple H was talking to John Cena that one time, and he was like, "Yo, homie, don't be. I didn't want to step all over your thing, homie, because we don't do that over here." Like that's literally what you sound like. But it's worse with him because he was like, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Dude, I'm like, bro, shut the fuck. I'm literally just like, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
He's
Like,
doing the
know
promos
you don't
over,
speak like that, bro. We know when you're around your fucking your that side of your family that you be around that don't really like niggas. We know you don't speak like that, bro. You don't speak like that in front of them. Stop speaking like that in front of us, especially during Black History Month. Because it's horrible.
This is they've not mentioned Black History Month a single time allegedly this whole month yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Triple H, but Triple H not racist, by the way, guys. But WWE hasn't mentioned Black History Month not one time on one show.
They don't see color, y'all. But
including on the show that y'all like to parade around has so many black people. He hasn't done it for NXT either. But y'all love when we love talking about black wrestlers not being pushed on the main roster. Y'all love bringing, and we say main roster, but of course you niggas are illiterate. You can't read, so you love bringing up NXT, but NXT hasn't talked about Black History Month either. I just wanted to point that out. I just wanted to point that out, guys. But I got death threats and slurs in my DMs because of it, because I was just grifting y'all. Lil Smoke 499. Goto's so manly he lariated ZSJ 50 times with a broken arm. That's a fact. That's also a fact.
Please talk.
Oh my god. Yo, that Larry he be hitting on that nigga so fire. There's a clip of him hitting the lariat literally in the Titantron that I posted about for the podcast earlier today. He's what a beast. Shout out to Lil Smoke. Elite Merchant, $2. Shin Nihon Ichiban, Goto Ichiban. The G and IWGP does in fact stand for Goto.
Bro, y'all see what happens when New Japan's good and actually gives you what you want. Like niggas is happy and excited to watch wrestling again. They love this shit again. They give you real emotion. They give you real fire. They're real fighting spirit. The semi-main gave you that shit in spades. The main event it was an emotional story. There wasn't a bunch of contrived bullshit. It just gave you what you wanted. The crowd was behind it. There was a bunch of near falls, a lot of drama, and then ultimately you just won the goddamn match. Wrestling is so simple sometimes.
Very simple.
But anyway, sorry, I was reading a tweet. Sorry. Elite Merchant $2. Forget fries in the bag. Umino. Go what yo? Anyway, we're not doing that. But I guess we'll speak on Shota Umino since somebody brought him up. Last night, Shota Umino faced Great Okan in what I thought was like a decent match for to the best of Okan's abilities. There's not really a lot of ability there.
Pretty good, actually. I ain't gonna lie.
But it was pretty decent. It was pretty good for what it was supposed to be. And shoot, I guess it was a hair versus hair match, right? It was a
Never,
hair.
I
Was
don't
it a
think
hair
ever
versus
that
hair
way.
match?
No, not
Or
really.
was,
No.
was he just like? I guess they're doing this
That's
arc
just what he
where
was
if it's
on.
not, yeah, it's just like I really want to shave your hair. was what Ocon was
The
on.
Pretty much.
whole program, like Ocon has
Yeah,
really
because you
just
watched
been
the Road Twos. Let me know.
he's just been pretty much just saying, and like he's even sometimes if you don't keep up with the shit, just look at these wrestlers' Twitter pages. Like Great O'Con, like he's just pretty much been saying, yeah, like Shota, you're a bitch. You don't got it. You got no hoes. You can't main event. You're not this. Like he's just been pretty much just calling him a loser the whole time. Even there was a point when during the Road Twos when he like tried to cut off his hair, like he like took a piece and he cut off like a little piece of Shota's hair, and then he tried to finish the job. And this whole match, like he just was just beating the shit out of like this is probably like the most brutal match on the card. Like he was just beating the fucking shit out of Shota Umino, and then
Yeah,
he
it
gets
was
the
really
win.
violent.
He's booing that nigga, bro.
Yeah, he just and I'm not gonna lie, like Ocon, like I fuck with Ocon, like he's cool, like he's not. I don't think he's bad. Like I don't love him, but he's a cool guy to have around.
Ever
But
since they told that nigga to wrestle for real and stop fucking around in the G1, he's been okay for me since
yeah,
then.
he's cool, and they had a good match, not too long. A lot of the show in general is just paced like really well in my opinion. But just that. What do you mean?
Oh, no, continue. Sorry.
Oh, okay. But yeah, and then they do a really bold result and having Shota lose like just a month after you fucking main evented the Tokyo Dome. He's losing in the
No
third
bullshit.
match.
No nothing. Straight up clean pin.
Yeah,
by
just
the way.
clean.
I know where
Clean loss to Great O'Con in the third match on the show. Then O'Con goes to fucking cut off his hair. He's like, you know what, man? And then he grabs the fucking razor himself and cuts it off. It was just like, bro. I was like real deal shocked watching it. I'm like this, they're really doing this. Like I wanted it. I tweeted it right before the match ended. Like I want to show the heel turn, and it seems like that's what they're moving towards. Somebody replied to me, said it kind of reminded them of like Naito back in the day. Like it's just like he's at this real like low point in New Japan in his personal life. Like we saw how much this has affected him. We talked about it a bit on social media. And I kind of like this as just a reset because, bro, when the crowd is rejecting you the way they're rejecting Shota Umino, like they're cheering for Great O'Con, chanting for Great O'Con in Osaka, like and just booing the shit out of Shota. I felt kind of.
The thing is with Shooter and him leaning heel. When we saw him leaning heel last night, the flashes of him being a heel were pretty good. I thought they were pretty good. The flashes of like him getting really aggressive on the outside.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad at all.
His aggressiveness with being a heel. I thought the aggressive shit he was doing as a heel was pretty fine last night. So with this, like Sandman said, he shaved his own head, right? And like basically, I hope this is like, excuse me, the what happened with Naito back in the day. Like remember when they did the whole fan vote and Naito basically lost the fan vote, lost his main event at the Tokyo Dome. That was his humiliation ritual. And for Shooter, I feel like last night was dead ass. Last night I feel like it was his humiliation ritual. And going forward with Shooter, I hope to see that this really turns things around for him. He really should have just turned heel in the Tokyo Dome when people were shitting all over him. But he needs to like Danny Kwong just said, Shooter needs to come back as a completely different wrestler. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see. Well, he could do like riding on the motorcycle or whatever. Like he could keep that part of it or whatever the case may be. But like I want to see a completely different Shooter, bro. I want to see just a different style.
I just want to see Shota Umino as his own person because a lot of his stuff is just a bunch of cosplay of different wrestlers. Like he has some little Ospreay here and there, some Tanahashi here, some Mox there with the fucking Death Rider he still uses. Like, bro, please, for the love of God, be your own man. Because I do genuinely hope that he does find himself and he does come back a much better wrestler, a much more well-rounded wrestler. Because if he is, that's great for New Japan. Like that's great for them.
Yeah.
Like, they need
get
all
a cooler bike.
And even when you look at it from like the macro, like look at it in the big picture, like really, like when you're talking about the youth of New Japan, the Tsuji, the Kid, the Bolton, the Yuya, the Oiwa, the Fujita, like there's a lot of faces in that kind of pool of names. So it's like to have a guy that could one day be a bigger heel, because Shooter could fucking wrestle. Like I don't care what people say, he
Yeah,
can
like
wrestle.
he's a good wrestler.
Yes,
He's
he's a
a
good.
fantastic wrestler.
It's just like I feel like all the time when people say somebody sucks, like they confuse like their wrestling ability for like their gimmick, their character that they don't like, which is okay, but like people confuse that a lot, and it's like Shooter can fucking go, and it's like if you have him just turn heel with those other pool of names that, and even Gabe Kidd now is seemingly he's gonna be a face now, pretty much. It seems to be going that way. It's like it's good to have a heel in that guy, and like Shooter's young. What is he like 27, bro?
No, bro. I think he is. He's literally 27. He's
Like
27 years old, bro. So it's just like
I just hate
that's
writing
the
people
thing,
off that are like so fucking young and like just
bro.
have so
People don't
much clear
understand.
potential.
People don't understand. I was gonna post the night of Wrestle Kingdom or the next day. Naito started at the in the New Japan dojo in 2005, 2006. He didn't start in like 2009, 2010. No, he started in 2005, 2006. And it took him 10 years to become a mega superstar.
Yeah,
So it doesn't and that's the thing that I was talking about on Twitch that night. A lot of these guys that we see are superstars. They're not all Tanahashis. They weren't superstar, and they're not all Tanahashis and Okadas. They weren't superstars immediately. It took them, bro. It took Katsuyori Shibata to leave and come back to New Japan to be revered in New Japan as he was because A, Inoki was killing the company, and B, yeah, he went around the world. He went to Noah. He went to all these different promotions and made his name, and he came back. Naito had two different excursions. Hopefully, you can if you send him on an excursion, send Shooter to Mexico or something like that. But even
Please
if
send
you
to
don't send him
Mexico.
to Mexico, even if you don't send him to Mexico, have him come back as a completely different person. He did have to
yeah.
just have him come back as a completely different person.
It's a
Um,
really important moment in his career. For New Japan in general, I think it's an important moment with this Shota Umino thing. Like, this is a guy that just wrestled
mhm.
at the fucking Tokyo Dome main event. Like, they need to treat this delicately and not like fuck around with this transformation he's about to go through. And I'm really looking forward to however it turns out. I think there's a lot of potential in it. I just really hope they don't fuck it up.
Right. Like there's a genuine pathway for this working. I just really hope they land it.
Yeah. Anjan PN
um,
Dollars says, Say Drake, evil smiling face. Shout out Kendrick, man.
Real nigga. Shout
And
out K
shout
Dot. PG Wave, nigga.
anybody hating on the fucking Super Bowl halftime show, man, just shut up, bro. Please.
bro,
Exactly.
like that ass.
Just shut
I'm
up.
not even gonna be like on some it wasn't for you type shit. It was just like, dude, like who cares? Like, who cares? Sway 199, yeet yeet yeet, cry and keep crying, yeet. Exactly.
That's crazy.
I like that shit from last night. What they did with Jey Uso and Gunther. Jey Uso started off the show doing like he started off SmackDown and last week's Raw, running around, basically having the crowd yeet along with his song.
Yeah.
They stopped it so he could talk, and he was like, "Y'all want an encore?" And he was like, "All right, run it again." But at this time, instead of letting him running it again, Gunther came out and he basically took him off the table and whooped his fucking ass, and
Oh
then
my
Yeah.
walked out.
god.
And he basically told that nigga, he said, "Whatever you thinking about doing, don't do it," and walked away. And then when he walked away, Jey Uso said, "This is probably a stupid decision and probably the worst decision I'll ever make in my entire life." But he said but he said, Gunther, I'm challenging you at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title. So that means that the Elimination Chamber will be for the WWE Championship shot at WrestleMania. Um,
I will say, out of all the chaos and the mess with a lot of aspects of the media build, and even with the people being divided about Jey Uso winning the Rumble, it's unironically been the most straightforward story that they've told so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly that. Like you mentioned it earlier, like sometimes wrestling is very simple. And even as somebody like in the moment when Jay won, I was just like fucking like this fucking sucks. I got over it. I still don't love it. But like out of all the fucking roundabout fucking storylines and shit that's going on this road to WrestleMania, this has unironically been like super fucking straightforward. very effective television. Like there's a clear the dynamics between Gunther and fucking Jey are very clear. It's very simple and effective, pretty much.
The only way I would really be upset with this is if the last match that they had at Saturday night's main event was horrible, but it wasn't. It was a great match, which is kind of why I think they went with this match afterwards to begin with. Is that the match was good, was really good, and if it was like a bad kind of mid 3.25 match that took place or 3-star match that took place, I don't think Jey Uso would have won. I think Cena would have just won it, and they would have just went with Cena Gunther at Mania. Josh Toffee 199. AEW WWE doing trades now, huh? Well, technically they're doing sign and trades. If you really, they haven't signed anybody yet, but technically they're kind of doing sign and trades, if you want to call it that. If you don't know what that is, term speaks for itself. In the NBA, certain teams could sign other players, not under players from other teams, but they could kind of, if they're like restricted or unrestricted free agents, they can kind of like sign players from other that are coming from other teams and kind of get something in return, or that now other team kind of get something in return, something along those lines. I'm not going into all the specifics. I really don't give a fuck to. Sway 199, exactly. Sway 199. LA Knight and Starks, two cheeks of the same ass. Okay,
That's crazy. That's fucking.
I don't think
crazy.
LA Knight is that bad. I don't think LA Knight is that bad.
Nah, he has a real connection with the crowd. Like he's fine. He ain't my cup of tea, but I like LA Knight.
Berserk 499. Ricky Miro and Black are cool, but they ain't beating Big Draco Knox. It come with Draco Drill. It come with Draco Driver. Well, no, the Draco Driver belongs to one man, and that's Mookie Summers. It comes with Draco Drop.
No, speaking. First of all, Draco Knox sounds like it could be like a fucking. That has like battle rap.
He's gonna be black. He's gonna be black.
It sounds like a combination of battle rap and a porn star. One of the two.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's like in a fucking Brazzers video and shit. Oh.
But in terms of drill, we gotta give credit to my guy Drilla Maloney. We gotta give credit. I see you making a face, Marcus. We gotta give credit to Drilla Maloney. First of all, his finisher is probably my favorite finisher right now in wrestling. Just the name is very simple. Drilla Killer. Walker Stu had a fucking great call in my opinion when he won it against Takagi last night. The match was really good. I thought it was gonna be really good going into the show. I said it was probably gonna be like the third best match. Third best match ended up being probably, in my opinion, the never open weight match. But this match was really fucking good. Shout out Drilla Maloney. He cut his hair during the tour, and I was worried. I'm like, damn, like he might lose a bit of his aura. I'm not gonna lie, but listen, the move up to heavyweight, short hair now, like, he's a new man, bro. Like, and I'm looking forward to whatever they do with Drilla Maloney going forward.
Listen, the match was really good. I'm gonna let Marcus get into it.
Listen, man, I'm just glad Drilla ain't lying to people no more and trying to be a goddamn junior. Listen, that nigga was not no fun. He was the fakest junior I've ever seen since Shingo in 2018. But above all that, I always thought he was like solid. Probably some of it had to do with the Wrestle Kingdom match where he like died pretty much. So that kind of killed like any interest in me wanting to see him in the singles. But as a heavyweight, and he has a look. He has a great finisher.
Listen, man,
wrestle with a lot of intensity against Shingo. Like if you can't wrestle a good match with him, then just kill the push altogether. He can't wrestle. I gotta give him his due. I know he's British. I know I have a giant tax when it comes to that. Unless your name's Osprey, unless your name's Gabe Kidd. If you're British, I'm just not gonna take you seriously until you show me you can go up a little bit. It's what it is.
Apologies to any Brits watching the broadcast, but
no apologies whatsoever. But anyway, Joe he had a great match. I was shocked that he won, which if you're gonna try and establish someone when they move up, this is what you gotta do. So I hope he's in the New Japan Cup. I assume he's gonna be in the Cup.
Hey, man.
I hope he has a good showing.
28 years old, like the theme of the show yesterday, but they're investing. To me, the two themes, the two fucking through lines in the show, they're investing in the youth and they're invested in Japan because both Gaijin that had the belt, the Bucks and Zack Sabre Jr., they took that shit off of him. So,
yep. Put him on the biggest draw and then put him on someone who's been loyal to the company for years that people want to see. So, good for New Japan. Like if Your mainland talent have to be strong if this company is going to survive. I don't care how many good guidance you have. If your mainland talents aren't landing, this is not going to be New Japan. Simple as that. So good for them. I love the direction that they're going to. Just do not pull a summer 2023. I'm begging you, Gato. Please.
As somebody who wasn't watching at the time, describe what a summer 2023 is.
So basically, around this time, they had a really good direction. They had a lot of really cool things going on. A lot of guys came back, like Tsuji came back, like Shu was starting to come back, like right before the year started.
From their excursions?
Yeah. People come back from excursions. People were excited. They had good opportunities, like title matches. People were like, okay, the future's looking real bright. Then the G1 happened, and oh my God. The booking of that tournament was fucking horrendous. It's to the point where it literally killed people's pushes dead, and it kind of just dampened a lot of people's momentum. Like Tsuji was harmed a little bit by it. Sure didn't have the greatest performance. You had the opportunity of Kaito and Okada. That stuff was going on. That was hot. Like you put them in the same block, and then they just didn't wrestle. They just said, you know what? We're not going to run with that storyline at all. We're just going to say, you know what? Put Hikuleo in the top 4. Like, it was nasty, bro.
Layup. That's crazy.
Like, they had layups all for days in the tournament, and they decided to shoot threes from 40 feet out.
I see. Let's hope not.
Berkey, $2. Happy Black History Month, fellas. Also like the video. Yes, guys, like the video, subscribe, and super chat. Redacted, $1.99. Creeds versus War Machine is more of what I want. No, that's another thing. Creeds and War Machine faced each other last night, as you guys know, as it was said yesterday by Brian Alvarez. Chad Gable is going to AAA, and when Chad Gable went to left for AAA last week, he said that he wants the Creed brothers to win the World Tag Team titles, and he wants Ivy Nile to win the Intercontinental Championship. And last night we seen a match between the Creeds and the War Machine that gave us that if that's the tag team match that we're looking forward to in the future when they possibly win the tag belts, or if they don't, then I'm very excited for it. It went about 10 minutes before the DQ because one of the Creed brothers hit I think it was Eric. No, it was Ivar in the face with one of the World Tag Team Championships. But this match was pretty good. The Creeds are great, man. They do really fun shit. The Creeds have gone from a tag team that didn't know, the Steiner brothers that didn't know what the fuck they were doing, to like competent wrestlers that are still, bro. You said Sandman.
Come on, man.
Sandman. You don't understand how many yo.
Yeah, by the time you said this, bro.
Hey man, yo, but you don't know how many times I said it, bro.
Hey, man, just do that real quick. But yeah,
I got it. But no, what the fuck was I about to say? But yeah, no, the match was really, good. Outside of the fucking DQ, I'm really excited to see this match when it comes to an eventual conclusive finish in the future. But hopefully it ends with the Creed brothers winning the tag belts. I feel like it's their time, especially after last year when they got in trouble for like landing on fucking Damian Priest's skull. I feel like they've grinded and kind of gotten out of that since then. So, yeah, that was fun. Mass Fan 84 $1.99. Y'all catch Briscoe Fletcher on Saturday. Great, that match was great.
It was really.
I don't know if you caught it, Sandman. I know Marcus caught it, but that match was fantastic.
It was awesome.
That match was fantastic. Sway $1.99. Trill London played for Dolphins. That's his name. Oh, okay. So that's just his real name.
Dead ass.
Trill? Nigga ain't Trill London.
Well, you know it's the Dolphins, so you know.
I'm searching up.
Let me look. Let me see.
Here's a Trill.
Trill Burger. Like
he might not be wrong.
Hold on.
Yeah, his name is Trill Williams. I found his Instagram, Trill Williams.
Oh, that makes it better.
Too close to Trick, I guess.
Prince of Darkness, huh?
Sorry, I was texting redacted.
Nah, but At least it's a real person whose name is Trill. I guess that makes it better. At least,
I'll take it.
yeah. More niggas in wrestling.
Absolutely.
Mid take 199. I cannot be the only ones that think Draco Knox is a good name. Also, every time Jey is on screen, it's so clear to me that he was the right choice for these fans, and that's exactly right, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna go the Dave LaGreca route with it and say that, oh, who cares about your flips and your flops and your actual professional wrestling moves? Nobody cares about professional. I'm not gonna go that route with it, but obviously these fans wanted a certain wrestler. I mean, a lot of them wanted a certain wrestler, but they're not mad if the fans are not hijacked. It's not like Charlotte Flair. You know what I'm saying? Fans are actively hijacking shit like it's 10 years ago for Charlotte Flair. Meanwhile, people are yeeting along with Jey Uso every show for like 10 minutes straight. So like at the same time, one wrestler worked because they've never really gotten an opportunity, while the other wrestlers gotten all the opportunities in the world, and people just aren't trying to see it.
Like the reality is, y'all really think fat fans give a fuck about wrestling like that? They want to say yeet. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And the fact he got over something that was a goddamn meme, a Vine in 2013, more power to him.
Will Chisholm, $5. Fans don't want to say it, but Sonya Deville's knees are cooked. So we knew what's up. Look at Dakota. She still moves good after 3 knee surgeries. I don't know about all that.
I was like, does she?
I don't know about all that. Will Chisholm, $2. Blair having 3 bad matches with Naomi killed her. I don't even remember the matches, to be quite honest with you. But bad. Blair Davenport, I feel like Blair Davenport, I feel like is another person that got her shit was like killed by it. She was good in NXT UK, and then she broke her and she snapped her ankle in half against Mako, and ever since then it's kind of been like a very, very fast, very, very, very swift regression.
She'll be back in Japan and like before you know it anyway. Like she'll be fine.
I hope she goes to Marigold and not my glorious Stardom. No, bro, the Stardom English account already told y'all where she's going, bro. Yeah, the Stardom English account, she said top Gaijin, and the Stardom English account was like, yippee. So
another red belt.
Nigga. So yeah, TO $2. The women's tag was great, and the creeds are looking solid. Yes. Bro, the women's tag actually from last night was fantastic.
It was it was.
It was great.
We got fucking
Raquel,
color.
Exactly, bro. Liv Morgan, real wrestler, fucking got cut like right here and kept going. Like it was a deep cut too, not to where you can see the bone, but it was fucking in there. She finished the match.
I did see that picture. She got fucked up a little bit. Good for her.
People be trying to say Liv can't wrestle. She you can find her annoying, but people be trying to say she's not. I'm not saying she's fucking greatest women's wrestler of all time or anything, but she can go, bro.
She's serviceable. Like should she ever be a world champion again? No, but she's fine. Oh my god.
You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home.
I didn't see this myself. I heard about that, but hey, man, more power to
him. He deserves more than the
WWE. Fucking nuts.
Andrade. Hey man, that shit was crazy, bro. Because bro, and then all the Charlotte fans are mad and shit.
That is. Come on, man.
Speed bookings aside, SmackDown aside. Let's have a heart to heart about your pride.
Hey man,
the M's look different when Levesque divides the pie.
Well, Hunter divides the pie.
The Danny Kwong, $5. Random thought. I don't think I've seen any wrestler look more out of place than Sonata in the War Dogs. Yeah, bro. I don't. Yo, that jacket that he had on last night.
What was he cooking with that shit?
That's
you're 30-some-odd years old, bro.
Nigga look like a 25th century sex slave dungeon DJ, bro. I don't know what you got going on there, but you got to take that
dungeons,
shit off, bro.
What you know about dungeons?
That shit was great,
how you know what that be like?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean, bro. What are dungeons? Never heard of.
That's what's up.
I don't. I don't want to know what is being alluded to.
Yeah, bro. It's Willism $5. Crazy how how EO dragged Liv and Raquel to a great match. I don't think she dragged Liv to a great match because
Raquel, on the
Liv
other
is
hand,
not like a great wrestler. I'm not saying she's good or best or a great wrestler. Rob of Dungeon Expertise. Excuse me.
yo,
No, I'm not saying she's like a fantastic or great wrestler by any means, but she's not like, bro. Liv is not like horrible, incapable of having a decent match as people act like she
serviceable.
is. Like she's competent in the ring. She knows what she's doing. Like she's not fucking terrible like Sonya Deville. She's not fucking terrible like fucking Julia Hart. Okay, like she's competent in the ring. She knows what
So
she's doing.
the matches I did see were over Tower Reign. They were like fine, but the finishes were fucking terrible. That's the only thing that was bad was the finishes. But the matches themselves, like the meat and potatoes, were okay.
And the last super chat of the day before we talk about Gabe Kidd versus Yota Tsuji and wrap up. Mid takes 4.99. Who is the worst consistently pushed male wrestler in the world? CM Punk. I mean, I don't know. No,
Pretty bad.
Whoa.
worst consistently pushed male wrestler in the world.
Consistently pushed.
It's just me, Oos.
Well,
Yeah, I see
I
people
mean,
saying
it
no.
depends.
Rich Holland.
I probably
Rich Holland.
Oh yeah, Rich Holland probably.
I'm trying to think of someone in AEW that's like consistently pushed all the time. It's not
Bro.
very good.
Rich Holland
I see people
killed.
saying, oh, go ahead.
Rich Holland. No, it's not Solo. It's not Jim. It's not. No,
It's not
Jim.
Shinsuke.
Jim's
Jericho's
pretty
a
good
close
now,
second.
actually.
Jericho's a close second, but you guys
It
don't
might be.
understand.
I
guys
think it's
don't
Jericho
understand.
and Rich Holland are going toe to toe.
Exactly. Ridge Holland, it had killed an entire overact in NXT, right? To go to lose the NXT title and literally didn't have another match with anybody else and is literally about to win, probably be about to win the NXT North American title tonight. And he's never showed a lick of ability in the ring to show why he deserves as such. He is consistently the worst. I'll give it to Eddie Thorpe, bro. At least Eddie Thorpe is somewhat competent in the ring with moves that he does. But like Ridge Holland, I don't think I've ever seen Ridge Holland perform a move successfully without almost killing somebody. Like he's horrible, terrible. Literally, I know Cross is not consistently pushed though. He's not getting championship opportunities.
And
He's just
at least
having matches.
Cross,
He's on the
At
roster, but he's not like.
at least Cross can actually speak in a compelling manner, whereas Rich Holland, like, there's like little to no redeeming qualities about him.
Yeah, like,
Zero.
he's trying to do something that resembles something that you need to do to be a good professional wrestler. Ridge? Hell no.
Ridge Holland is still worse than Jack Perry and Lexus King combined. Lexus King has a Heritage Cup title. Nobody gives a fuck about the Heritage Cup title. I'm talking about North American title and NXT title opportunities, and he's consistently getting them on a regular basis. So like, it's still worse. But yeah, I think that's it. Guys, last thing that we're gonna talk about today before we get out of here. Gabe Kidd and Yota Tsuji faced off last night for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. And man, oh man, what a fucking match this was. Now, of course, it didn't end in a finish. It ended in a double knockout count out. Both men could not get to their feet before the count of 10. But it doesn't negate the fact that before the count out take place, this is probably one of the best match outside of the Kenny match for
Gabe.
outside of the Kenny match for Gabe and outside of the Finley match for Yota Tsuji. This is probably the best match that outside of the Osprey match for Yota
Osprey
Tsuji.
match, yeah.
This is probably the best match from both wrestlers that I have seen in a minute from both of these wrestlers. Like this match was like Big Man Dogs just said, had old Puro vibes. These two were going out there throwing headbutts at each other, throwing lariats at each other. They were chopping the shit out of each other. Gabe Kidd was abusing the bitch word. Like he literally every 5 seconds just being like, get up,
Ichiban,
bitch.
bitch.
Ichiban, bitch. Get up, nigga. I'm surprised you say get up, nigga.
I'm shocked he didn't need to wake your ass up, nigga.
Yeah,
Bro, but this was. I'm gonna let Sandman start off, and I'm gonna go with Marcus before I get into my thoughts about it. Sandman, what did you think about this match?
just to touch on talking about like mentioning that this match was real, just old school pro match. Like even like in the interview that Yota Tsuji did, which I really liked, he just gets what New Japan is supposed to be, and he even talked about it, like talking about like he felt like in the last few years, like New Japan, in his words, has been indified in his opinion. And if you're talking about a match that just shows really the opposite of that, this is what that match is. Just a really hard hitting, just two fucking big men. And Gabe Kidd, he's put on a lot of weight since the dojo days, like since fucking the pandemic. Like he's put on a lot of weight, and you can really just see, like, bro, these guys are just fucking hitting each other. Just, I'm watching it right now on my second screen. These niggas are just outside the ring, just slapping the shit, chops. It's just real old school Japanese wrestling, and just the emotion. Like we saw it, the crowd in general, this whole show in Osaka was fucking fantastic in my opinion.
The crowd was fantastic.
The crowd was amazing, and you saw it in the main event with Goto. But even before that, the crowd just like was so hype. Like Gabe Kidd is so fucking over with New Japan fans, and for good reason. But he's so fucking over. A lot of that has to do with like seemingly with the Wrestle Kingdom and how like he really just kind of represented New Japan against Omega. Yota Tsuji also, the crowd was really they liked both these guys really, and it just they've been kind of like advertising this match as like, this is not a fight for the future. Like a lot of people are trying to say, this is a fight for the present of New Japan. Like Yota Tsuji said, this is the biggest match that you could put on for New Japan at this moment, and they made it to these guys' credit. Even if you don't agree with that statement, they made it feel like this is the biggest match that can happen in New Japan. And they treated it, they approached it that way. Yota Tsuji, he had a fucking, I just love his entrance, his fucking attire, his whole getup, his fat ass veneers. Yota Tsuji, bro, like I don't even know if they're veneers, but his teeth are just so fucking like straight. I can't. It's just so fucking straight and white,
I think
bro.
a little smiling, don't he?
Yeah, that nigga loves smiling, bro. I don't blame him. But if this is what New Japan is gonna look like for the next like fucking 10 years, bro, sign me the fuck up.
They're gonna
Please,
be okay.
sign me the fuck up. Like, and it's funny because like I wasn't watching during the pandemic, and my brother, who obviously talks about wrestling a lot, and he would tell me like, yeah, New Japan these days it's not doing so hot. And like for me, as somebody who wasn't watching, I don't know why. I had no context for whatever was going on with New Japan, and I would just always tell him like, I don't know, bro. Like New Japan, they just feel like, I don't know, they're gonna be all right. And like, so like coming back to watching wrestling, and in the past month, just watching a shit ton of fucking New Japan, and just seeing the faces that seem to be the future of the company, like it's just really nice, bro. Like it's just really cool for these guys to have like a fucking amazing match. You can argue, like in ring, this might have been better than the main event. You can make the argument. Probably doesn't have the fucking emotional weight of a Goto championship victory, obviously, but like, there's just so many moments in this match. Like, I think of the moment, the fucking spot, the fucking Gabe Kidd reversal of the Gene Blast into the pile drop. Like, oh my god, bro, that shit was. And I know people don't love having a draw because you don't have. It's not the finality of having a clear cut winner, but it protects both guys in a point in their careers where they need to be protected. Hopefully, Gabe. I really want him to go on and win the New Japan Cup. That's what I kind of want right now. Not gonna lie. Then he goes on to faces Goto, but we'll see what they do. But Marcus, what did you think about this match? Because this was fucking amazing, man.
This is fucking beautiful. Like this is what I want to see out of New Japan. Just two big motherfuckers going at it, hitting the shit out of each other, showing a lot of fighting spirit, and like what Tsuji said, like in the lead up to all this. there's two young guys that understand what New Japan is supposed to be, and they understand the ethos of New Japan. Like they presented it as the biggest thing out there. They presented it as ain't no 2-3 years down the line shit. No, we're here right now. We're gonna show y'all that we're here right now. And they went out there and wrestled to the occasion that they presented to the audience, and the audience was receptive to it all. Like they were red hot from the jump. Give Kid doing the fucking put that shit on, dancing the crowd had me dying. I was like, bro, it was like
I forgot about that. The fucking the Dylan Brooks Memphis Grizzlies shit, bro.
Yeah. And Tsuji came out with the damn trunks. I was like,
Yeah, that was different.
I was like, yo, we
I
finna
fuck
come
with
out
it,
here. Big as hell down low. You got the fucking big ass veneers and shit. Where the hell that is? Like, I see you, Tsuji. Yeah, hey, man.
Big as hell down low. Hold on.
He was looking real fit, bro. It is what it is.
I can't lie. That was crazy.
It was
What do you mean by that?
That was crazy.
That's what the niggas had me feeling last night, bro. It is what it is. But back to the match. They just beating the dog shit out of each other. Tsuji counting getting the G Blaster count to a power driver. I've never seen that before. Like, shout out to Gabe Kid for the ingenuity on that shit. I like the finish. Like, I'm not like the biggest fan of draws ever, but again, they in a spot where they both kind of need to be protected. They're both red hot, and they presented it as, yo, he gets the G Blaster. That and Tsuji just can't make the damn count. Like, he's about to get up and then just fucking falls on his ass. It kind of reminded me of those Pokemon battles where like Charizard would seismic toss a nigga, but it's like a stare down between who can get up and who can't. Charizard Blastoise, actually Gary shit. Yeah, I loved it. Like, this was New Japan to me. Like, this company is gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay.
Yeah, it will be. And just to touch on real quick, somebody just mentioned it. Yuya, he says Yuya, huh, in a mocking tone. But Yuya coming back was another thing. Like, there was just something for each young guy in this Kosi Fujita title defense. Bolton Oleg fucking killed it. We didn't even talk about that a lot, but that match was fucking beast against Takeshita. Fucking Tsuji, Kid, like, and then Yuya coming back. And he has his look. I like his look. Like, he looks good, bro. Pause. Like, but he has a good look on. And
He looks fit.
he looks good, bro. And I'm looking forward to it, bro. Like, I just really like what's going on with, like, I feel like, yo, I want to see what's going. They have a crop of talent right now that I'm like, yo, I want to see what they do next. And it's juxtaposed with like a Goto who's a vet as your champion. It's juxtaposed with Tanahashi on his final road, as they're calling it, and on his retirement tour. And it's like, it's just a nice mix right now, and I really hope they don't fumble this momentum, because I really think following this new beginning in Osaka, the New Japan, they're coming off of Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty, coming off this, like, there's a nice momentum, man. There really is.
We can really have the two best pay-per-views of the year so far, right? Like, we can go straight up say that.
You can say that for sure. It's not, hey man, or a sleeper, hey man, GCW Hammerstein.
Okay. You are a fucking terrorist for that.
This nigga's evil, bro. This nigga's evil.
Hey man,
I don't remember anything.
Hey man, I went there. It was a fun time, man.
Super crazy. You went to the last one, right? Yeah, you went to the
GCW Hammerstein, bro. Super crazy. Hold on.
That was yo.
Okay, that was
me, like, all of us literally that sat there and watched that show in Discord. It took us like 5 days to recover from how awful that show was. Like, it took us a few days to recover from just like the sheer.
El Desperado knows what's up. He was wearing the GCW shirt last night.
Not gonna lie, we're gonna haul time for that.
That nigga this close to making me done with him anyway.
Somebody said the wrestler, by the way.
Desperado Fujita was clean. Hold on.
It was, but yo, you need to stop promoting that outlaw mud show promotion.
We'll care enough about this lion mark in New Japan.
My thoughts on the match were, I thought it was great. Y'all obviously saw my rating. It'll probably change in the coming days when I have to give my actual ratings, but I thought it was amazing. Like Sandman said, great touch to old Puro. It was just a lot of the things that they were doing in that match. It was just like a love letter to like the sport, like the sport and the genre of Puro and Japanese professional wrestling. The lariats, the amount of lariats we saw in that match, the amount of chops and
Oh,
chop battles, the amount of striking battles. Fucking Gabe Kid, like somebody said in the chat, Gabe Kid literally be like, "Ichidan nan desu ka?" Get
underscore.
up! And he goes, he basically about to go, "Get up, nigga!"
Wake your ass up, nigga.
And that was great, and I really enjoyed how much effort they both put into this match. Gabe Kidd is fantastic. I like the fact that they did a non-finish because you can't have Yota Tsuji lose on the first defense, and you can't have Gabe Kidd lose another fucking major match. So it's just like it's just like where we go from here. Gabe Kidd either wins the New Japan Cup and goes to try to do it again, or he wins New Japan Cup and tries to go after Goto, which I could possibly see that happening. And if that does happen, then hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not upset at it. But yeah, those are my thoughts pretty much on that, and those are our thoughts on the new beginning in Japan. New beginning in Japan, the new beginning in Osaka in general. Fantastic show. Raw was a good show outside of the main event as well. We pretty much give our thoughts on that. And I guess it's time to wrap this show up. I'm gonna give the plugs in a second, but if you guys got any plugs you want to give out, feel free to lay them out there.
Yeah, I would just like to say that Tana at the anniversary show with Goto and using the gala coming out, we uncifying the IWGP, boy. I'm fucking with it. Hey, I made a nice little pitch. Forbidden Door. I need that Shibata Goto match. A certain assassin that likes to, get aerial. He said, "Hey man, I like that." So we in the lab right now. We on the phone with Gato and Tony as we speak. We finna get that done for y'all. Promise. We finna get it done. I know it's gonna be in the UK, but neutral waters. We gotta, compromise. Unfortunately, but it's what it is. We gonna get it done.
Yeah. Shout out New Japan, making me feel something in wrestling. Last night, my dog is barking. I don't know why, but shout out New Japan. Raw it was cool. Road to WrestleMania is looking weird. It's very weird. We'll see what happens, but we'll see what happens. But listen, man, New Japan, thank you for making me feel something. I don't have any plugs. My Twitter is @RealSandmanSays. I just talk about wrestling and other bullshit, but that's it.
Yeah, guys, I'll probably be live for NXT. I don't know. Bro, that NXT show looks horrible tonight. Like
What's on it?
it looks horrible tonight, and then it looks horrible this weekend. Like, I don't know. I like I just don't know, dude. Like the first 2 weeks of NXT on in the new year were like fine. Like me and Sandman were like lit. Like we were like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
NXT really might be back. But like now they said actually more Ridge Talon pushes, and then they were like,
It's really just comes down to the men's division just being really dire, bro.
really,
terrible.
really bad. And
It's
that's
It's
why like
embarrassing.
that's what makes me like really excited for like Evolve, bro. Because like Evolve had some of these guys really like progressing and coming to NXT and do
I
their
hope
fucking
so.
thing. It's just like, dude, this men's division is terrible. Yo, and then fucking Fandango coming back and then being like, actually, I'm not Fandango. I am Johnny Dango Curtis, which Johnny Dango Curtis is literally just short for Fandango, by the way. So
Like,
like,
bro, you're not fooling us, brother.
I like NXT like just as like a passive watcher. It's just like obviously it's not what it used to be in the 2010s, but it's just fun to watch. Like as just like kind of like car crash. Just like you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen on the show. It's kind of fun and just watching that aspect, but not like too much investment of like, oh, the story's line they didn't do this or this. It's just like I sit back and just see whatever the fuck is gonna happen on Tuesday night. But some of the shit that happens is just like, what am I like?
Like,
What?
y'all just doing shit back there, ain't y'all?
Yeah, what am I? You're lucky you're on a Tuesday, which is not like a big night for like TV going on prime
see,
time. Is
but this, I'm not really like mad at this. Like, his theory's not like I'm while like I would rather anything else. Theory's not like a horrible. He's a competent in-ring professional wrestler, and Waller is also a competent in-ring professional wrestler. But it's just like this is how bad it is. They have to call niggas up from the main roster to come down and have matches on the
Yeah,
shows.
like,
It's
what I'm
like
talking
fine,
about
but
with
it's not
random.
productive for anyone.
Like Waller, Theory, Oba, like, and they're in a fucking tag team, and they're in a triple threat at a NXT. Like, it's just shit that happens in NXT. It's just like, okay.
They could have did.
Like,
They could have
what?
did like a 4-way, but but I understand why they didn't because they've kind of spammed 4-ways for the titles. But guys, do y'all want me to 1 for yes, 2 for no? Do y'all want me to do a fucking NXT stream on Twitch or not? See, if y'all ask for it, then I will. If y'all say yeah, then I will.
This might be a humiliation ritual. I'm saying that right now.
That show looks terrible tonight. But let's see. Do y'all want me to do it? Yes or no? Y'all better get it in now. Because if I don't get it in now, y'all not getting this dream. Sure. No, we want Gabagool in the Discord. You might get that tonight too. I
don't want to put you through that.
It's not
bro.
worth it, Rob. It's not worth it, Rob. But the thing is, that's another thing, bro. So with some of the AEW releases, like Ricky Starks, who he doesn't have a non-compete, so he might. What if he just shows up tonight?
Yeah, you might miss something, but like again, some people say Sopranos.
Sopranos. No, I'm not. I'm not streaming all night. I don't stream all throughout the night anymore. I don't
think I
stream all
want to.
throughout the night anymore.
Yeah, like don't kill Rob, y'all, please.
So what it'll probably be is I'll stream from then probably until like 10:30 Eastern, and I got to go do some shit, and then probably at like 1 Eastern, something around that time is when I'll do Sopranos. But
It's a
I'll
whole
stream.
lot of work,
I'll do a stream. I'll give y'all some entertainment. I'll go through misery for entertainment for y'all. But yeah, guys. So make sure y'all go follow the Twitch. Yeah. Why was he so happy?
I don't
That's
know.
my
It's just
thing.
a joke. It's a joke.
We know why he was so happy doing what he was doing. But all right, guys.
You know.
So make sure you guys please
Well, you is
like
not
the
feeding that
video.
microphone. There you go.
Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow Good Job Marcus. It's literally his is literally his name. Good Job Marcus. You just gotta combine. It's not spaced. You can't space an at. Duh. Sandman says the same thing, but it's real Sandman says. So it's real at the beginning and Sandman says. You guys see it right there. Mine is SR paragraph. SR just the same thing as my Twitch without the I. This is my Twitch right here. I'm about to drop it in the comments. Make sure you got, like I said, like, subscribe, and share the video, man. And make sure you, if you're watching this back later on, make sure you drop a comment. Ask us questions in the comments. We do be in the comments sometimes, so make sure you guys please comment later on. And we will see you guys next week.